Okay, guys, live again. I've really been enjoying these last streams, so I'm excited to get into it. Last time we kind of we had some technical troubles, but we overcame them, and now we're in a really good spot to make some progress. I have to apologize ahead of time for the nightclub under my feet, which is they're a pumping, and so I'm gonna have to remember to keep playing some music. And if the music ever stops, it's just gonna be the nightclub's bass. Which is coming through pretty loud. If I look at my little mic setting, it's this is something else. Let's see. I'll show you guys actually. Let's see. Hold on. How will I do that? Yeah, have a look at OBS's. This little indicator's going crazy, which means the nightclub it's getting a fair bit of sound. But hey Vegas, first in this time. You beat Goldie for once. For once you beat Goldie. He's always the first one here, first one chatting. Looks like you beat him to the punch for once. I hope he's alright. I hope nothing's happened to him because it's not like him not to be here. But welcome, man. Welcome. Good to have you along. How is the background noise? Is the club like overwhelmingly loud? I need to maybe just like record a small section so that I can hear how bad it is from your perspective. Is it bearable? Is it tolerable? Is it overwhelmingly loud? Is the doof doof just like make it hard to hear me? Because I wouldn't be surprised. 1 month back again. How you doing, man? Good to have you again. 1 month. Cool to see you. It's it's good. It's good. Goldie, there he is. I called it. He's gonna be fine. I'm good too. 1 month. I'm good. And Vegas, better to see you. Yeah, all right. Glad I'm brightening your day. That's excellent. That's what I'm here to do. Glad I can have that effect on you. And you guys really, I feel like it's like this will be episodic for anybody who ever wants to like, maybe I'll cut it into a YouTube video or something one day where I go through all the like bits and pieces of making the swear jar. But at the moment, like, you guys have seen the whole damn thing. You're watching like the director's cut with all the, unedited, untweaked. You're getting everything here. Like, you guys are following along the whole damn way, especially Goldie. He's like, this guy's got my whole streamer story from like original game jam to, oh, by the way, guys, yesterday was the end of festival event for that, and let me just hold on. I've got some news to share about that. The team of guys that made that the game that I did as that first stream. It's let's see, how can I bring this up? It's not even showing up. It needs to be like phone or something. Hold on, how do I do that? I feel like my phone hasn't been online to share these photos, but hold on. It was if anything, just one photo. I'm gonna sync like one key photo for this thing because it was a really amazing event. Let me see if I can back all that up. Let me just do this so I can show you guys what happened because it was sick. Back up, and then they should appear really soon on my end. You can't spell Goldie without OG. 100% 1 month. You had it right. You got it right. He is the OG. But yeah, so there was an end of festival event for the season of the dev thing that happened. It was like Screen Queensland and Screen Australia. They did this thing where here we go. One photo at least. Open that one in new tab and bring this across and show you guys. Oh, that's just a terrible resolution photo. Here we go. So let me share my. So there we are. That's the team of guys. This is the Allure guys making the fishing mini game. We got the award. We were awarded the we got one of the awards at the event for Allure, our game. So that game jam went really well. We freaking got it. Go, yeah. Woo, medals. We got medals and everything. It was sick. And the event was so freaking good too. It was at Aussie World, so it was like, let me see if I can back up some more photos to show you all. But they're going. They'll appear here any minute, and then I'll show you what's up because it was Screen Queensland and Screen Australia. It was freaking amazing. Those guys like dressed up as freaking like Pokemon themed people. So this is Jed on the left here. You guys might have remembered him from that stream. He was one of the judges, but also it's like the head of games for Screen Queensland. And we've got Finley here, who, by the way, we've been talking about maybe just interviewing some game devs from like Australia. And Finley is interested in maybe just like coming in and helping me with that and being a bit of a producer. So like, how cool would that be, guys? If that goes ahead, that's like, I'm pretty keen. But the event was next level. They hired out basically like all of Aussie World, which is this theme park on the Sunshine Coast that I don't know why it's called Aussie World, but it's it's a thing celebrating like Australia, but then it has all these like random theme park things. It was actually pretty freaking good. It was pretty good. I'm not gonna wait for this to sync, but give it one more shot. It's but yeah, here you go. Can you believe like these are people from the government dressed up as like Team Rocket and Ash? It was so good, man. The event was really, really fun. And we also like we got a thing. We won a thing, which was like so super nice. But yeah, that was a good time. That was a good time, guys. But yeah, okay, let me get set up so I don't miss any of your comments, because right now I still don't even have like my stream elements and stuff going, my stream manager. I gotta pop out my activity feed, and I gotta pop out my chat. Let's see, then we're gonna stick it on left side of screen. Nice. Okay, cool. Cool. There we go. And then not Discord. We're gonna have our. Yep. Sorry, guys. Still getting up and running. But best we do that because I hear Fast is giving us another raid. So better be ready before that happens. And we should also just like review our plan and see where we're at. Okay, where are we at? Yeah, medals. Make it the background. Yeah, I mean, why not? I should stick it on the stream and be like, look at the medal, guys, we got it. Doonsy, how you doing, man? It's better to scribe to you or give bits to my sister. Give it to Fast. She's like, I'm just getting into this. That gal makes her living. I don't want to steal any of her thunder. Give it to Fast. Doonsy, 100%. Coding is so scary. Your ex used to code in your... My ex used to code in my sleep. So you had an ex-girlfriend, and while you were sleeping, she would code. She sounds cool. Ad-free bro beans, though. Yeah, I wouldn't want you guys to watch any ads. It's, ads are, like... Yeah, well, I mean, for someone like me, I guess ads might be useful, but I just, like... When Spotify plays those ads, it's not really going to support everyone. Hey, Doonsy, subscribe for the month. Thank you, Doonsy. Really, really appreciate it, man. Whoa. Yeah, like awesome, man. But go give Fit the bits. Fast needs the bits. Don't give me bits when you could give them to Fast. Fast is the OG. She's the pro. I'm an amateur, man. She's the one who deserves the real bits, but thank you all the same. I really appreciate it, Doonsy. That's awesome, man. That's so good. Did you call it Fit? Yeah, well, she is a little... We're going to the gym, so maybe that's appropriate. Maybe it's appropriate. But yeah, I meant to say Fast there. So go give Fast the bits, but I appreciate it all the same, man. That's really, really nice. Really nice. Okay, so let's have a look at the task list. what should we do? We've got replace the counter with transcribe, but we already did this. We keep a log. That could be a nice thing to do next. The jar overflowing. I feel like this time what we ought to probably do is, and you know, this whole thing, it's kind of taken a back seat because I've turned off the, maybe I'll turn it back on so that we can see we can see it again. That whole, like, it's sitting behind the, oop, no, we don't want that. Sitting behind here. Our list has become too big though. It's kind of overflowed. It's overflowing now of things to do. So maybe we should, like, yeah, let's comment out some of these old ones because they're done. These done things are done. Let that refresh so it all still stays on screen. And yeah, we can keep that on screen. And so, all right, this is our plan, guys. This is the plan for the stream. We are going to, I think we're going to juice up our jar, right? Oh, first, I think it should be possible to change the streamer from the HUD, right? From the user interface. Just make it possible to, like, without needing to do any like restarting the application, we should probably make it so that we can see the streamer. Like, okay, so enter the streamer from our UI. Let's do that, because then without needing to restart things, we should be able to just, like, the cool thing I think we can do is probably make it part of the URL, and then, so not even that, like, connect to different streamers via URL. So change stream with URL. And then with that, when we finally host this, if anybody just, like, wants to make their own swear jar, all they'll have to do is just, like, go and make a new URL. I reckon if we do that, then we'll be, yeah, then we'll be good. We'll it'll be a really good change. URL can't spell here. But yeah, I think that's a good objective. What do you think, guys? Keen for that? I think it's a good plan. And while we're at it, we'll just do a little more tweaking here. Make this a little neater. And yeah, okay, so that's our plan today. Let's start with that. This chat is green as it should be. Yeah, 1 month has come up green this time, where, I mean, he was last time. Gamosaurus Rex, are you referring to the text, the color of your username? Because that's yeah, that's, I mean, green's a good color. Green is the color of go acceleration. Yeah, everyone's green, like literally everyone except for Doonsy and Vegas, where, I mean, they're purple. That's kind of like, look at them, this is that street, you know, if you're gonna choose a color for your, like, look how purple we are here, so that makes it, that works. Hey Recti, you're here too, man. Welcome. How you been, man? Good to see you. It's yeah, we're up for another, we're kind of like, I don't know if we're closing out the series, but we've been doing a lot of progress here. We've been making a heap of progress with our stream, and, like, okay, wow, here we go, fast with the raid. She's had a good one. There's 243 people. Jesus, overwhelming number of people. Look at the chat. We've got fast raid coming in hot. Gee, all right, look, we do this every time she raids. I'm gonna give her a call, and I'll say hi to Fast, see how she's doing. Hold on, let's give her a call, guys. Let's give her a call. See if she answers. She might be a little like, hello. I figure people, you know, they want to hear from Fast. There may as well be a nice hand over here instead of just, like, dumping them all in the chat and being like, bye guys. Nice transition. Nice. That's fine. You had a sponsored stream today? Hell yeah. Seb, show her the medal? Want to see the medal I got, Faz? How can I not? We won you remember the first ever stream I did with well, you know, I did the game jam. You're like, you should stream that game jam, and then I streamed the game jam, and then it was good. Yes. Well, look what happened. They don't hear you. What the hell? Why don't they hear you? it's like, unless it's not capturing desktop audio again, which would be fairly weird. Oh, nobody can hear fast. She's giving me shit, guys. She's giving me a hard time. More cowbell. I don't even know what to do. What do I do here? This was working. This was absolutely working. Remember that one time we fiddled around with settings and... Alright, hold on. Give me a mic test. 1, 2. Ah! Boo. Boo. And if those tech issues weren't bad enough, it's just gone dark here, so suddenly it's dark. My frickin'... Can you hear that? Can you hear the nightclub under my feet right now? It's... Oh, you can't hear that through... If you were on my stream, you would hear it. Why is Discord's noise cancellation better than OBS's? That's... Ugh. Anyway, tune into the stream for a moment to see. You see, ready? Ready? There we go. Look at this guy. Who dat? Who dat? And what's that around his neck there? What's that around his neck, Faz? we got an award. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was for the game jam, for the fishing mini game. Is it a good photo? I'm glad you think it's a good photo. All right, cool. So yeah, we got photos going on with. We wanted a thing for making the fishing mini game. Actually, hold on for chat. I'll show them what this was even for because that was pretty cool. It's got to still be there on it's got to be there on Twitch still, I'm sure, somewhere in like the history of things that existed on the. How do I even get to my own? But hold on. Where is it, Fass? Where do we see our own like? Yeah, true, but I did that, and then it's gonna. Yeah, but then it's gonna show me the stream that's happening, not the past ones. Where are the past ones? Oh yeah, sweet. So it's fishing mini game, guys. This is what we made. This is what we got the award for. It's like you went and this is when it broke. But there was lots of fish under the. I mean, that's a good point. I'm not even going to be able to play music if the desktop audio isn't working fast. That's a problem. That's a real problem. Hey? Why do I want to play music? So the people don't have to listen to the nightclub. We had Goldie made me a really nice royalty-free playlist of things to listen to. We want to listen to that. Professional hackermans, absolutely, yes. All right, I'll let you go, Fass. I know you had. All right, cool. Do that. And I'm gonna go do star jumps to activate the office lights. Yeah, it's pretty cool, right? And how do I sort the desktop audio out? This was well, you gave me good tips on how to pose properly. That's probably helping. All right, good. I don't know how to make the desktop audio work fast. That's going to be a problem for the stream. That's going to be a problem. It worked once. Yeah. Well, hold on. I've changed scenes and it's not changed. It's fairly annoying. But whatever, I'm just going to have to be really loud and talk a lot. Yeah. Fair. Totally. All right, have a great night. Thank you for bringing the crowd. Thank you for yeeting your community over this. 1 month, I will 100% do 5-star jumps for 100 bits, and also to activate the light because motion activated lights are really annoying. Turns out. You know what would be cool if I had my stream from phone thing working? I would totally go do a walk through like Fortitude Valley with all the crazy drunk people and like random cosplay people and all that rando stuff. That's pretty, that'd be a pretty fun thing to do, but maybe if they donate a certain number of bits, I'll fiddle with technology and make the phone work. But for now, I'm gonna go do star jumps. You go do your editing. Have a great night. Ah, look at that! We just got a 500-bit chair, so we're 100% gonna go. It's not like we weren't gonna do it anyway, but I mean, 1 month needs to get something else for this, because I'm gonna star jump regardless, right? That is great value. All right, and even there's a wider screen thing, so you all can spectate the star jumping in the corner. Thank you, Fast, for the raid. Really appreciate it. Have a great night. All right, I'm gonna go do star jumps for 1 month. Ready? Okay, bye. Had to go back to get all 5-star jumps. Wouldn't be fair if I didn't. Wouldn't be fair if I didn't. 5-star jumps, 500 bits. Them's the rules, guys. Those are the rules. Thank you very much for the cheer. I really appreciate that. And I'm also actually noticing we had a new follow here, a new follow from Rowley. Thank you so much for the follow, Rowley. I super appreciate it. That's great. Okay, so do you guys know what the plan is for today? The plan, if you can see it up here, is to change the stream with a URL. So like you put in the URL and then you get a different person. But maybe I ought to spend 5 minutes just quickly to see if I can get the desktop audio working so I can play music, and that way you guys don't have to listen to the nightclub like I am. That's a smart idea probably, right? So let me just get Spotify up and we'll see if Spotify comes through, because maybe it was just Discord being weird, right? Discord does all sorts of weird stuff. So let's see. I mean, it's telling me I need to. No, it's a great big lie. So it's. Has anybody ever seen this? That Discord is asking me to. Like, I'm just trying to play something. I don't need no account for this. I guess we'll do it in a different. We'll do it in a different Chrome account. See if the same problem's there. Hopefully not. We'll get these beats going. All right. Now there's music, I think. I can't even hear the music myself. What the actual F? It's got to be a problem with the mixer, right? How about that? Oh man, what is going on? Alright, later. Not while y'all are here watching. We're going to go do something cool. So let's go get our, we're going to open the Stream Tools project. We're going to open Rider. And we're going to kick straight into demonstrating what we did last time, because we had some cool things working, guys. And oh my god, so many people, so much to catch up on here in terms of chat, because that was a lot, man. When Fass was here talking, I was completely distracted by her, but so many different raiders. All right, let's see, where were we at? Goldie, man, you had a lot to say. This is web development at the moment. Do game dev? Yeah, we're gonna do some game dev later. For now, we're still just making a cool tool for Fass. Yeah, but at the moment, we'll run it. We'll run and we'll see what happens with the existing code base, and from there we're going to the swear jar. Oh, thanks, Ryder. Going weird and big. Oh, let's just reopen it. That'll fix it for sure. Turn it off and back on again. That's always the solution to problems, guys. And yeah, and it's so weird. It's so weird what's happening with the audio. Not only can you guys not hear the audio, I can't hear the audio, but I could hear Fass's Discord, which is really strange. Really, really strange. Okay. Hey, look, we've got Simtex here in the chat. We've got Nunya Biz, Yellow Banana. Yeah, okay. A lot of people are here now. Let me get things going and just show you where we were at, because that's as good a place as any to start off, right? If I let my IDE kick off. Yeah, everybody's saying hi, man. Everybody's here. That's really. It's gonna be a good stream with everyone here. All the regular suspects. Indeed. Indeed. Okay, so we've actually got some game devs in this stream, which is really cool as well, from the sound of things. What 1 month is saying, we all work together to make a game ourselves, Pog. Oh, you're suggesting that we make a game to, like, I'd be so down, man. I really want to make a game with, like, and involve the community of people that are here in that process. That would be so good. Okay, let's kick it off and run this thing. And then I'll show you where we were at. We actually are going to need to pick a streamer first, and that's kind of like what that's gonna be the foundation of what we're trying to work on today. We're going to make it so that from the user interface, you can pick a streamer, because at the moment, it's not something you can do. It kind of just like depends on a particular person being online right now. It's kind of just like hard coded to someone. I mean, I think we were using some random suggestion from last night, but we're gonna have way more options today. Actually, let's do that. Let's pick a streamer to look at first, guys. So this synthwave, although it's apparently playing, I can't even hear it, but twitch.tv. Let's have a look at who's streaming. We've got Alithia was pretty fun. She was the first person ever to get caught swearing by the swear jar. We may as well do her again. That'll be good. So, okay, so we've got the way this thing works right now is there's a Twitch transcriber runner, and the username here is the person that'll actually like listen to when it does its stream. So we're gonna change that. We're gonna change that to someone different. We're gonna change that to Alithia now. So many people chatting. I need to catch up. Voodoo, you're here for the club. Well, it's a good thing the club is working because my desktop audio isn't, and so at least we have fallback music now. Instead of our own music, we can just use the club for my. Who needs a media player when you have a nightclub under your feet? That's that's the silver linings here, guys. Silver linings. And Fizz, you're back. Welcome, Fizz. So good to see you, man. Joonsy, but I feel I'm consistent. I feel like I could do anything. Well, consistency is pretty important, man. Like, you'd be surprised what you can achieve if you just like stick with a thing for a really long time. All right, let's see if we've managed to connect. We've got our dialogue going on down here. So she's talking about kneecaps and crotch shots. I mean, not actually like, not profane, not explicitly profane, so it will allow it, but it seems like she's saying some things that could there we go, didn't take long, guys, didn't take long, and of course, it's gonna count it, so 1 in the swear jar, because Alithia swore, so yeah, hilarious. I reckon, how many do you think we're gonna see if we leave this running? It's not gonna take long, guys, not gonna take long at all. Wait till you work in game dev 2, in dev 2. Pog, once Seb creates a server, I mean, I should do that, right? I should make a Discord server. I mean, not on the stream, but I should definitely make a server. Yeah, my Discord, for sure. You have a purple line in the middle of your stream? Doonsy, are you talking about my stream? Is there a purple line coming up there? Because I hope not. That'd be bad. Ah, she swore again. I mean, that's kind of hilarious. I need to work on my tech issues, guys. I need to work on like why the hell we can't hear anything first and foremost. But in the background, we can leave this going so that we can see the transcriptions here and we can see her swearing. It'll all come up. Hey, we got a first-time chatter. We've got Brahm. I'm gonna make that 4 an A. Brahm? Yeah, Brahm. Nice. So how this works is it connects to a Twitch stream. It listens to what people are saying. It finds when they say a swear word, and then it puts some money in the swear jar. That's basically what it does, right? And it uses some AI to do that in the loop. But yeah, that's what we're working on. Oh nice, I'm a level designer and co-owner for your own little indie studio, just like that, Seb. Yeah, you guys should check out some of the things Goldie's working on. He's made some cool games in the past. You could do it on stream, won't matter. I mean, that's a big part of why I think doing a stream is going to be valuable for me. Guys, like, if I go making computer games and, it's one thing to make them, but another thing to have, like, a community of people who care about the game. So I think in the future, if I make a game, I'm probably going to stream the process and then pick up some people on the way. That'd be amazing. Yes, Seb, create a server. I will create a server, man. It's a good idea. But I'm not going to do it right now. Today we're just going to keep streaming. Um, I mean, at the moment we kind of have like the on point server. I know a lot of you guys are there on Discord, but let's see, where's even the link? Onpoint.game. There's this server that's kind of this Discord server would be a place to go check out if you want to keep in touch with like progress on this project at very least. Well, yeah, you know where to find it. Find it from the OnPoint website, and then just go to the Discord. Yeah. Oh my God, what did we miss? She went from 2 to 5 in like no time flat. I wonder how many, if we left this like running the entire stream, how many we'd get to for Ali. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot. There's gonna be a lot of people. She said 3 swear words in 1 sentence, and it only counted 1. It's not flawless yet. It's not flawless yet, crazy. It's still got a lot to do. And thank you for that pin, Goldie. That really helps. Yellow Banana. I'm happy to be learning Game Dev once my brain isn't too fried. Coding for work and then doing pro bono work for my brother's startup. That's pretty cool. What's your brother doing, Banana? What's his startup? The startups are hard. It's great if you're helping him. Nah, just letting you know, mate. Yeah, too easy. Crazy, are you referring to the swear words not working? Yeah, it's like AI is good these days. It can do some pretty amazing things, but it's not perfect yet. The fact that this is working at all is a miracle as far as I'm concerned. Just the fact that we have technology that can listen to what a person says and turn it into text it's something else. That's really something else. But yeah, okay, this is, he's doing a peer-to-peer marketplace for vehicle parts. That's cool. That's really cool, Banana. It's going to be hard for him to compete with things like Marketplace and Gumtree, but if you niche down, that can be really, really good. AI can't handle how often Alithia is swearing. I guess not. I feel bad about stalking her. I mean, I don't want to give her a bad reputation as a person who swears too much. That would suck if we were to do that. But at the same time, we need a test subject, right? We need somebody. So, yeah. So that's a thing, I guess. We could one more for the swear jar. Up to 6. We'll change to someone else so she doesn't feel bullied. I don't want to bully her with this. It's pretty cool what she's doing, but I don't want to like. You guys should go tune in for her for other things other than profanity. But all right, where are we at? All right, so see how this code here, guys? It's got Alithia as like a variable that just gets passed into this this object. I want it to be the case that like right now we're running this transcriber but just going like start, right? So what we could do is instead of passing Alithia in as just like a hard-coded variable, in theory we can just do this, right? We can go username, string username, and then we can pass Alithia in from the other method. So we'll pull this up a little, because the next thing we're gonna do then is, after run async, is we'll push it in from start again. So we're just like feeding this back up all the way to the top. And then that means that when we start the service here, I mean, when we create this, it starts automatically. So there should be a way that then we can refactor this stuff out into its own start method. And with that, we'll be able to like essentially put this Alithia in from the user interface. So by doing that, Matt, no, I'm just getting started with the streaming. It's great that you recognize me, that you come along, man. It's so cool to see that so many people have this enthusiastic reaction when they're like, oh my God, Bro Beans is doing a stream, and like I haven't done a stream until really recently. Like realistically, it's been about 3 weeks. I'm like, what, how many streams? Goldie would know how many streams I've done right now, but it's not a lot. I'm really just starting, but the streams have been going amazing, mostly because of nepotism, mostly because my sister has rated me every goddamn time I've done a stream, and that means the numbers look really good. Who knows, guys? Like, if this keeps up, I might be this close to Twitch partner. I would love to get Twitch partner for just like a few streams. That'd be the coolest thing. So that's kind of what I'm aiming at right now. Is I'm kind of like, I figure, you know what, I'm hey, Maserati, dude, giving me some gifted subs, and not just a few, man, a lot. Jesus, did you just drop 12 gifted subs? That 10 gifted subs. That's fantastic, man. I really appreciate that, and to a whole bunch of people here in the community as well. Though I'm noticing, man, I'm so suspicious after last time. Somebody gifted subs to a bunch of like e-girls, and I was reading the names out as if they were people in the stream. And I got in a bit of trouble for that, but I feel like this is actually people in the stream. But thank you, man. Thank you, Maserati. Really appreciate the sub, man. That's awesome. That's so good. Really, really appreciate that. Is she filling that jar up quick? I mean, what's she up to? She's up to 11. It is going fast. It's going really fast, actually. That's kind of hilarious. We've got to do some things to make this swear jar better. I want to like record all the swear words and the sentences that they appeared within. I want to do like some animations so that when it swears it makes a sound and it like drops a coin in and does all this cool stuff like that. So yeah, more coins. It's all happening. But yeah, this is actually a good introduction. If you're just joining us, Maserati, what we're doing is we're making a swear jar so that eventually we can catch Fass in the act when she swears. She was saying, you know, she wants to be a little bit more like mature and a little bit less profane. So that's what we're doing. We're helping her on that journey, and we're building a swear jar that will just like automatically do this. We could suggest Nelipia when she isn't swearing that much. Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. I mean, ultimately, we're trying to get people to swear a little bit less when they and look at that, we've got another follow from Charcoal Dragon. Thank you, man. We got subs, we got follows, and not just one follow, we got like Doonsy subscribing as well. We've got Maserati gifting a whole bunch of subs to a whole bunch of people, and then we're getting more follows. I really appreciate that, Charcoal Dragon. We're trying to build a community here. So man, when you follow like that, it means if I ever do another stream and I'm doing more cool things, more people can follow along, and that means a lot when you're just getting started. That's really awesome. Okay, let's see, hold on. If it was word by word, not by sentence, she'd be up to 16 too. Yeah, so we need to make some improvements. And that's kind of like on the backlog for things to do here. Let me explain why it's missing those things, because you're absolutely right in pointing out that it's not 100% at this point. What's actually happening is we get this phenomenon here where at the moment it's like, so she'll say stuff and it's transcribing like this, right? It's going, there's a chunk of like audio. If you imagine audio, it's going like this, right? It's going in 2-second blocks. It's capturing what she's saying. And then for each of these blocks, it's saying like, okay, what words exist in them? And so if you imagine like this squiggle is like her saying something, it'll do that. And then she might say something that goes between the two blocks. And then she'll say stuff, and then maybe it'll end here, and maybe we'll get lucky and it won't break like that. But in this instance, when it transcribes the audio, it's looking at just like this little chunk here. It's looking at a chunk and it's missing half of what she says, right? What we need for it to be a positive result is all of that. And so my plan for this, I have a plan. We're going to solve this problem. My plan for this is not to just transcribe once, but to transcribe twice. And then we'll have 2 transcribers running at the same time. But that means when she's got her text and when she says stuff, that like her words are like that. And unless she says a word that runs for more than 4 seconds, and that's pretty rare when you're talking normally, you never say something that runs more than 4 seconds. If it gets cut off, like in this instance, it will be within this one, but it's going to be cut off by this one, right? So this little gap right here would get, we'd cut it off there. So the plan is to kind of just transcribe twice, and then when we have 2 sets of text, find the overlap, and that's going to solve the problem that you've kind of that you flagged there, right? So Crazy, was it Crazy who pointed out that was a problem? But yeah, that's the thing that we're doing to solve this. So can I show a sentence variable? Yeah, I absolutely think we can totally do that. What I'd like to do is like I'd like to show text that's being said like as it's being said underneath the swear jar, and then if it goes and like says something profane, then that gets highlighted and like turns into a coin and goes into the jar and like drops in the jar. So we'll do a little bit of like, we'll make it more fancy than it is now, right? Yeah, an overlap. Yeah, crazy. I think hopefully that explains what's happening there, so you understand why it's breaking the way that it is. But yeah, that's the plan for it. But I mean, immediately, what I want to do as well is I want to have like a. I mean, I'll move this swear jar off onto a new page, and then hopefully when the page loads, we're going to take the like. I want to be able to do like Alithia here, and then it will automatically like create a connection to Alithia's stream and start listening to her, and that excuse me guys, drinking some drinks here. Ah, no shit. Need more star jumps, guys. The light's gone off again. We need to like create a robot or something that moves to keep the light on, or I don't know. Maybe I'll speak to the office manager, like the building manager, about replacing this so that I actually get some, I get a light that doesn't turn off. Pretty easy. Hold on. Be right back. Star jump time. Pretty easy to get variable into the browser. Yeah, it should be. It should be. Now that we've got it all set up, because already, like what you're seeing here, this variable, that's already a variable into the browser. We just have to change the structure of our system to push more variables through. Fizz, you're saying, I'm meaning in the code. I don't know if there's anything about II, but could you just put the message slash sentence on spaces? I'm not sure what you mean. Oh, split the message slash sentence on spaces. It is already being split, kind of, but like the reason that there's like small chunks of text being processed one at a time is because it's like breaking the audio up into 2-second chunks, and then it's finding the words out of those. And so in instances where, oh look, there's another one, guys. She says fuck a lot. I think that's the word that's earning us all our coins. Yeah. So in instances where that what was I even saying? In instances where it overlaps, it's just like it gets, it cuts some of the text, and that's yeah, that's not good for our purposes. And so yeah, we're gonna have to, I think, do parallel processing of the text and then merging of the two text streams, and then inside of that we can do our text detection there. But yeah, first up, I think we're going to try and okay, you could just make the gap bigger on audio to extend it to find the pause. Fizz, I could do that. It would be one solution, but it would also mean that the rate at which the reporting happens would be slower. So if I made the audio chunk bigger, say 10 seconds, that means it'll take at least 10 seconds for it to detect the swear word, and I don't want that. I want it to be pretty close to when the swear word actually happens, and I think 2 seconds, or really 1 second if you think about it, because if we each of these chunks is going to be 1 second long. So the time at which it takes to process here, this is going to be 1 second, this is going to be 1 second. I think 1 second late is probably pretty good, right? I think 1 second of wait until we get a detection is probably a good spot. So I don't want to make like a bigger gap. I want to just like keep it nice and concise. But yeah, okay, so first things first, so that's the plan, guys, is I want to make /Alithia, make a new thing that connects to Alithia, so that we can have like somebody can just like put a browser source of their own thing once this is up as a website, and then it'll just work for multiple people, right? So if we can do that, I think we'll be in a good place for this stream. So step one is probably take this jar, because at the moment the jar has its own page, or does it? Maybe it doesn't. Where was it? If we go to pages, yeah, there's a swear jar page, and that's at home, and that has here. So I think we've got to like, instead of this being a swear jar page, I think this is going to be like our onboarding page, kind of, if you can think of it that way, like a place where and it needs a text field, and it needs something that can then redirect to an endpoint, and then the swear jar page itself should be able to read a variable out of the URL. So that's the next step that I want to do. Hold up. We had OK Sully here with a follow. Thank you, Sully. Really, yeah, great to have more people along, following the journey as we work on these random crazy tools. I'm so sorry I missed you when you subbed there. Not when you subbed, when you followed. Right now, I'm just getting off the ground, so follows mean as much to me as subs mean. Oh, well, They mean a lot still. Subs mean like, you know, somebody put money on the line to say to, you know, to express that they were liking what we were doing, and that's a pretty big thing too. But I really appreciate the follow, because as we go and go live, like at some point I'd really like to be able to just go live and have all these follows. You know, if these you people are into it, you'll learn about it and you might decide to jump in. So thank you so much for your follow. It's really appreciated. And I'm sorry I missed it when it happened immediately. Right now I'm having a problem with desktop audio. As you can see, like I'm playing music, I think, somewhere here in Spotify, and I can't even hear it, and you guys can't hear it. So maybe that's the first thing to do is like, let me just fix this, because I'd like to be able to overpower the nightclub that's creating the music in the background. If you can hear any music right now, it's certainly nothing to do with, so here, we can see this is playing, but OBS is not detecting the audio. Maybe it's something to do with the filter, or, I don't know, we've got a noise gate in there. Could be that, so let's delete that, see if that helps. How are we doing? I mean, the music's playing and still no desktop audio. It's pretty frustrating. Pretty frustrating to see that that's like, it's the right audio device too. Or maybe it's like, maybe it's not. It's gotta be something with our audio mixer. Could be that. Could be, Noise gate would be for your microphone. Yeah, you're absolutely right. That was stupid of me to think that could be the cause of it. But yeah, it's the only change I made recently though, Banana. So that's why my brain went to it as a thing that could be the problem. But yeah, not sure. So yeah, crazy. It's gonna be like a text box that you can put the name into, and then it'll send you to a web page for that streamer. And then it should be like a swear jar just for them. Is my desktop audio muted? It's not muted. As a master of the obvious, have I checked my volume mixer? I mean, I need to do that. Let's go have a look. So, I mean, this is the right audio source for the sound output. I mean, here's my volume mixer. That seems fine. That seems absolutely fine. It could also just be a problem with my headphones, honestly. Like, I've switched headphones recently, so let me go get my other headphones for a moment. Hey! Headphones with a culprit. Pretty strange. Pretty strange. But there it goes. You guys can hear that, right? Is that coming through loud and clear? Nice. Nice. Who knows why the headphones would have caused it to not work. On this computer, honestly, it's a ThinkPad. The ThinkPad seems to be the problem in all of this. Like, it's got some really weird things. The microphone on it doesn't work. Like, I can't get the drivers working. I don't know what's going on with it, but she's up to 15, guys. Like, I don't know what happened. Error during audio capture. Cannot access closed pipe. Interesting. So did her stream end just now? Is that what happened, guys? Also, I need to turn this music down some. Is that better? She's still up, still going? Well, look, we have a bug here. We have some edge case. But it also just, like, kept going. It had its error, but it kept running. I must have written it in a way where it's resilient enough to not fail when it gets that particular error. Which is nice. That's really nice. So, yeah, okay. Alright, I feel better now that we got some beats going. I actually got some, yeah, you know, like, music can really change the energy that you're feeling if you're, you know. So yeah, happy with that. Let's go. Let's keep working here, and first things first, how about we just make a new page that shows the, it shows the streamer name that you're putting in the URL. How about that? So we'll go ahead and make a Razor page, and then let's call it our, So first, I mean, I'm thinking like, what if we have something here that goes username, and let's, for now, let's turn our swear jar off. And also, this is kind of pointless, isn't it? We won't need that. And instead of our counter, we're just going to go username. I believe there's a way to, like, that comes up as a variable, doesn't it? Let's have a quick, let's try out, see if our AI can assist in this. See if it has something to say about it. Oh, and look at that, there's a new update. Let's just get that going. So I think actually, if I recall, you have to do this as a parameter. Parameter and then string username. Make it a property. Hold on, this needs to be, let's keep our conventions well. Started as an empty string and... Alright, remember what she was up to, guys, because we're about to lose our count. She did 15 swear words in that little bit of time. Let's do it again. So, yeah, stop that, run it again. Let's see, I have a request to add to your list of things to do. Can we make this program highlight swear words in red so it would be easier to see what's happening? We had that working, Goldie, and we could totally do that, but mostly I'm gonna just that's a whole bunch more code that I'm eventually gonna delete. The fact that it's logging like that is it's kind of secondary. Very soon it's gonna wind up on the front end, so making it highlight in the console would just be deleted really quickly because we're gonna put it on the front end pretty soon. But it's a good request. It's a good request, Goldie. And it seems like lots of people agree, right? Like yellow, if his up arrow is referring to that, it's just a straight up good idea though. I might as well do it. It didn't take long last time, so yeah, we'll have a look at getting that in. Okay, come on, refresh. It's taking a long time to run right now. It's taking a long time to stop running. That should be enough. Why? No work. Hello? Because we've just changed our default URL. So this now could be, how do we spell Alithia's name? I think it was, sorry guys, I've got my microphone in the way of my keyboard here. It's making it really awkward to type around it. There it is, Alithia. So if I go like this, that's what we wanted to see, guys. So with this in mind, what we should be able to do now is in our swear jar, we've got the name. Let's see if we can, we're gonna console.log our name, and we'll set the color red. Foreground color equals color.red, so it stands out. And then just I'm just testing that because you make a good point about the console color. I think you can whatever, we'll do it like that. And we're gonna print username just to check that this variable is populated when it initializes. If it does, what it'll mean is that we can then use this to initialize our counter, because I'm pretty sure the counter service just here, we subscribe to it, and what we could instead do is make it not a singleton and then set this to start with the instance that this view gets using the username of the person that we want this to function on. Oh, thank you guys. You're all typing Alithia in the console there so that I can get it out. Bruv, I've passed out Peeposad. You've passed out Peeposad. None of your biz. Are you that tired? You're at the point of pass out? Man, not kidding, streaming for you guys and how late I've been streaming, you wouldn't believe. I don't think I've ever slept as long as I had today. I got to bed after that event last night, after driving back from Brisbane to the Gold Coast for a whole freaking like 2 hour drive, and then I passed out and I slept for, I'm not kidding, I slept for 16 hours straight. And it was mostly because I've been doing these streams after work, right? I'm in Brisbane here for all this business stuff, but then, so I'm working through the day on all the business stuff, and then, you know, I'm streaming and it's going really well and I'm loving doing this. And Fasffy's like, you just got to keep going. It's going really well. Keep going. You might get partners. So, yep, sure enough, I'm streaming till 3 a.m. and then I'm going to sleep here after going all the way back to the Gold Coast and then all the way back here to sleep. And then I'm doing business stuff during the day and then I'm just streaming again and there's no time for sleeping in there. So I had this massive sleep deficit. It was, yeah, it was huge. But here we are, back at it again. And look at that, guys. I'm seeing it in the console. Loving that. That's coming through. This means that when this initializes, we should be able to tell our counter service dot, I mean, already this starts, but we need to introduce a start for streamer, and we're going to pass in username here. So let's create that method. And I'll move it to the top because this is really what's gonna happen, right? So right now all this stuff kicks off when it like gets created, but instead we're gonna make that kick off here when we say start for streamer. And the reason this is gonna like it is because now this is no longer read only, and I mean, we don't need that logger. I don't think we were using the logger for anything anyway, so let's get rid of that. Okay, yeah, so now, if you guys can follow along, oh, we do need the logger, damn. All right, that's fine. We'll just cache a version of this. Introduce a read-only feed. Did they? No thanks. What did I miss? Oop. Solzy. I'm learning. See, I'm learning. It's not Snellsley, it's Solzy. Snellsy's gonna DM you. The dark mode went away. I'm so sorry, Goldie, the dark mode did go away, but it's because if we put the dark mode in, this doesn't work. I'm gonna show you exactly why dark mode went away. Dark mode works for writing the background, but if we want this working, right, we can do this, right? We can add a browser source, and then, or do we have an existing one? No, we don't. So, swear jar with a H, typo, sorry, like I said, keyboard in the way. See how now Alithia is coming up as like text on the page, and that's because the background is transparent. If we were to make this, if we were to make it gray, then we wouldn't have the transparent background. Although it looks like white now, it's actually transparent, and the transparent part is important for us. Yeah, so that's why we got rid of our. So that just means you guys are all getting flashbanged again. I'm so sorry. But hey, Nacho! Nacho's back online. Welcome, Nacho. Can I get some Nacho emotes in the chat, guys? Nacho's been a huge supporter of this stream, so we made him an emote, and I've just now, like, everybody dropped out to say hi to Nacho. I'm sorry I'm even late noticing your arrival, Nacho. Welcome. Nacho's here. Oh man, I have trouble keeping on top of the chat. Y'all are so active in the chat. I'm really doing my hardest working my hardest to stay on top of it, but yeah. I'm getting it right, Solzy. It's just gonna be Solzy. I'm gonna get it right. Just you wait. Nacho returns. Heck yeah. Oh my god, we've got another Doritos chip emote. I didn't even realize there's an existing one, but Nacho, you've even got like a dancing Nacho. Hell yeah. Oh, Seb, you are precious. Reminds me of when I first got on Twitch. Yeah, it's like early days. It's early days, Nunya Biz. We're having fun here. You're talking about this chest here? I need a shirt with a higher. Maybe I'll just like peg this and make it a V-neck, and then I won't feel so intimidating with the chest hair. uh, welcome, Nacho. Do you wanna see where we're at? I probably just broke things just now, but we're feeding through the username variable so that you can turn anybody when this is hosted will be able to turn on they'll turn on their own version of this system so that you can essentially see anybody will be able to activate the swear jar for any streamer whenever they feel like it. That's what we're up to right now. We're kind of just like turning the URL into a parameter, and then that parameter will be the thing that allows you to just like run a website, and then you can add it as like a stream element overlay very easily as a browser source. So that's what we're working towards right now. This community is super active in chat. No, look, I wouldn't want to just like the whole point of doing this, like what makes this fun is the fact that you guys are active. Otherwise, I may as well just code by myself, right, without anybody around. It's really, it's quite like, in terms of productivity, I'm not as productive, but it's way more fun to have you guys here. And like, as you can tell, I don't mind talking a little bit. So Fass is like really on to me for like that first game jam, the one that we won the award for, like just the other day. Yeah, by the way, Nacho, that first game jam we did a game like, it was called it's like a 48-hour game jam, and we won an award for that just recently. So thanks for everyone who was along for that first ever stream. That was, yeah, really good. So show Nacho the medal. Want to see the medal? Let's see, Nacho. I'll pull up the medal. Let me pull up that medal. It was like such a crazy day. You know what, Avon? We can go through a few. So yeah, the team won. The team won an award. There was like a whole awards night, and we got So here's some of the team. We were in the top group. So of the like 20 games that got made, we were in the top 3. So we were nominee for number 1, and yeah, it was really nice to get some acknowledgement there. But yeah, this is Screen Queensland. Can you believe this guy's a government representative? He gave On Point along with the team. Like we were awarded a grant for like a fair bit of government funding to support the development of that game. The event was awesome. Like these are government representatives, guys, dressed up as like the whole department came in cosplay for freaking like Pokemon. We have like Misty here. We've got James here. This is Jesse hiding behind Misty. We've got like the nurse. We got one of them is a Pikachu. These guys have done more. Can I just plug Screen Australia while we're going through this? These guys here have done more for the Queensland games industry than, like, especially Jed. The amount of funding, Queensland is now the best funded computer game development state in Australia, and Australia is maybe the best funded in terms of like per capita funding, one of the best funded games like countries in the world. So these are the guys that made that happen, and here they are dressed up as Professor Oak, Jesse, and James. These guys are awesome. So if you like indie games in Australia, like the one thing that I think you can do is like write to a local representative. I think it's like not senators, but like we have our own like local representatives. These guys are making games happen. They're not making games themselves, but they're funding games, which was freaking awesome. So that event was amazing. They also just booked out the whole damn theme park for us game devs. That was something else. Oh, ears bleeding, sorry. They booked out the whole damn theme park, and then just had a whole bunch of game devs going around this theme park. This is a Aussie World. So it was a really, really fun thing. It was a really, really fun thing. And they're, so yeah, these guys are really supporting the local industry in a very big way. But yeah. So yeah, if you guys want to like learn more about actually that's a useful thing to do. A lot of people here are game devs, so if you go check out the games grants that Screen Queensland have, because if you have a good game and you don't mind just doing a little bit of paperwork, you can get up to like $200,000 to support your game's development. And that's what we did for That's what we did for On Point. Actually, On Point might even be on this list still. Ah, it's not. They've taken it down. But we were there for a while. But like Servanauts, this isn't like one of the guys from work, Dale. He had a lot to do with making this game. Tempopo, another game from Unpacking. From Witchbeam. Witchbeam is just like, if you guys haven't met like Tim and Ren, it would be absolutely, you know, their games, like go play them. They also made an amazing game called it was Assault Android Cactus. Really cool game. So this is Feed the Deep by Luke Muscat. I'm thinking of doing a series of like interviews, podcast style, where I bring in some of the people that made these games and just like talk to them about their experiences here on Twitch, like with you guys as part of the end of a raid. We're gonna have to do it a little bit earlier because some of these people are big shots and they don't stay up at like 2 a.m. just to do podcasts. But I would absolutely love to do some interviews with some of the people that made these things, and even some of the people from Screen Queensland who had so much to do with making it happen. Would absolutely be a cool idea. Nice shoes. Nacho, are you commenting on my shoes? That would be badass. None of your biz is down for the podcasts. I was asking a few people about that, and I was telling them, like, guys, I'm doing a stream lately, and it's going really, really well. I could maybe interview some of you guys, because all of them have the most freaking amazing stories. Making games is hard. It's like really hard work, guys. And these people have gone through like hell and back to make it happen sometimes. So, you know, let's see what happens. I'll see if I can get these people to agree to come on and talk about their experiences, and then we'll do it as part of this format. And you know, I don't know how well it will go because I won't be able to like engage as directly with everyone here if I'm doing that, but at the same time, like a cool podcast could turn into YouTube content and stuff like that. So I don't know, I feel like it's not a bad idea to make that happen. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Guys. Let's see. Adelaide is in shambles according to my contact. What are you talking about, Goldie? You mean like Screen ADL? No, well, I mean, probably not as well funded, but nobody in Australia is as well funded as Queensland is. Like, Queensland is absolutely killing it thanks to those guys. Voodoo, how you doing, man? Good to see you in the chat. Welcome. I'm looking forward to playing some, we really got to go and do some Diablo sometime. This can be a game stream too, not just a Star Jump stream, which it's about to be, with me turning this light on every time. I totally agree. Bully my sister? Yeah, I will. I'm keen to get her to play again because, like, that's nostalgic for us. In, like, our childhood, we did a lot of that. So, all right, Star Jumps. All right, we have light again. We do need a Star Jumper emote. We 100% need a Star Jumper emote. Diablo 2, but no sleep until we beat Bale. Oh man, that would be a sick stream. Voodoo, I'd be so into that. That would be really good. Even we could get Baz to do it. That would be awesome. Baz is one of our friends from when we were kids. See if we can get him to commit to like just playing. I don't know if he'll do it. He's an adult now. He probably adults. He doesn't do 2 a.m. streams like we're doing, but yeah, it's really good. Adulting, I know. It's a trap, guys. Don't grow up. It's a trap. All right, let's see where we're going with this thing. How's it running? Okay, I think actually where we were last, we might actually be in a position where if I could debug this and see where this goes, but this might actually already be able to run with a streamer name from, I mean, if it does work, that would be kind of amazing. Leah, okay, maybe we already just like achieved this goal. I don't think so though. That seems too simple. How could it possibly go that well? I don't believe it. Alithia coming through there. Let's switch on all the other stuff and see if this works, because maybe it will. Yeah, okay. Rerun it. I do see errors in the console, which would be more like what I was expecting. Was it an error, or was it just logs? That might have just been logs. I mean, hello? Hello, maybe this just worked. Oh no. Can you all still hear me? I believe you can. This happened before. This seemed, when I looked into it, I went through the logs, and this is actually a graphics driver problem, believe it or not. So I'm pretty sure it's yet. And here we are. Oh, look at that. It's a graphics problem. How weird is that? Right? Different Baz Goldie. Not like Bazagaza, like my childhood friend Baz. Fizz, I'll be right back. Yeah, Goldie, you're absolutely right. How weird is that? So what actually happened is there's a graphics driver problem that's appeared on this computer twice now. I did it last time we were streaming as well. So, you know, like 2 streams back. Pretty weird. Pretty weird. SMH game dev doesn't upgrade. Yeah, look, it's all the way up to date too. That's the weird part of it, Voodoo. The graphics driver is working. It's actually working. So, freaking weird, but here we are. And has this worked? That should work. If I reconnect, we should see it here. Remember last time? Actually, we did have like pending requests last time that this problem happened too. Peepo sad, connection failed, then ads. Man, running an ad is probably a good idea. Shuttering video. Oh, I'm so sorry, Psych. I don't know why. It's something to do with the graphics drivers, but did the audio stay up while that was happening? Drivers across the board and BIOS, yes, all of them. BIOS drivers up to date, everything. I updated everything when trying to get the onboard microphone to work for this laptop, which, you know, is a difficult thing to do. Difficult thing to do. Oh, hey, look at that, guys. Maybe, well, it's locked up just now again. You should be able to hear me. It locked up when I set this program to run. It would be absolutely like mind-boggling to think that this is kind of side effect. Could it do that? Pretty weird. I mean, we're gonna find out soon. If I run this again and it causes it to like lock up again, then we'll have learned something really interesting. Maybe it wasn't graphics drivers last time, even though the graphics driver errors did appear in the logs. Yeah, that's pretty weird. Because I don't want that happening. I noticed last time this happened, the stream numbers just like tanked. Which on one hand means you guys are paying attention and actually listening, and there are real people, which is pretty cool. But on the other hand, I kind of like having you guys around, so I don't want to lose everybody to some like weird computer problem. Especially not one that directly results from the program I'm writing, right? That would be really weird. Okay, hold on. Our program is still catching up. It's dropping all the audio buffers to process the delays. But at the same time, it should have... Okay, Bets in the chat. Is rerunning this program going to cause the computer to lock up again? That's an interesting question. Because maybe there's something weird happening where oninitialize is getting called like a bunch of times, and that means that this code is running a bunch of times, and if this object gets made a bunch of times, then there's going to be a pretty big problem, because that's creating instances of Whisper, and Whisper is really expensive. It's like something that takes a lot of processing for the computer to do. It could be sudden CPU demand, charcoal. Yeah, that's possible. That's absolutely possible. And no, Fizz, I doubt that was internet issues on your end. I think that was like my computer is dying issues on my end. So, because also there's something weird happening here where like it's processing delays, and it's spamming the console a lot. Notice how many are actually getting created here? Maybe it's running multiple times, which would be bad. That would be bad. All right, bets in the chat, 75% no. Will it crash? That's such a good poll. We've got one yes vote in the chat. Uh, thank you, Goldie, for running such a good poll. That you were spot on. Everyone thinks it's the program, not the computer. Like, I can accept responsibility if it's my program, but if it's some graphics driver issue, then it's not on me. So you all think I can't make it? I'm voting no. There, look, I'm putting a no vote in. Yep. So at least I'm defending myself here, saying it's not all me. It's not all me, but yeah, looks like everybody thinks it's gonna be the Fizz has 4 streams open. Yes, somebody coming to my defense. You're all coming to my defense. We're about to find out. I actually think, even if this is 50-50, like, it happened the last 2 times I ran this, and it could be some problem with the way that I've configured it now. Shun the non-believers. Okay, all right. How long do we need for this poll to finish, Goldie? Is this enough? Is this enough votes? I feel like 10's a lot of votes. It'll be fine. 10's a fair few votes. Yeah, okay. Let's run it. Let's run it. Rerunning now. Ready, set, go. And I'll force it to rerun just to see. All right, running. Any lag? I mean, we've got this. Could be like model loader is. Oh man, we had this before. Remember? Yes, it will crash. Well, we're about to see. Notice this is run twice. I'm seeing this twice in the logs, which is a fairly big problem. But yeah. All right, interesting. So, did not crash, but it's also not up and running properly. And it had its own problem. Each of them had a model loader issue. But yeah, not sure what the deal is with that. I might have to like fix this myself offline sometime, guys, and then come back and like, let's have a look. We'll run it one more time. And then crashes again. So, I mean, progress, but not progress in the right way. That's an issue. One more shot. And actually, this one, it makes sense that wouldn't work because we aren't even giving it the right URL. So now we're actually going to see if it crashes, right? Have I tried turning it off and back on again? No, but that works more often than you would believe. It's like 10 seconds out, not even. Okay, yes, it wins. Here we go, let's run it. All right, errors in the console. Is it running? No, not even running. It's gonna try and open a window. A wrong window, no less. There we go, let's see if this can do it. Starting for Lithia, it's doing it just once. But it doesn't load. Connection refused. That's because it's failing to run. Yeah. Okay, look guys, there's some tech issues on this end. There's so many different problems. Let's see, when you trigger open past the username. Yeah, we could absolutely do that. I think, alright, so let's see. You know, as I look at this, I think probably I need a chance to like step back from it and figure out how we're going to break this problem down. So I'm going to take, let's see, maybe I should undo this, get to the point where uninitialize, let's comment this out, see how that runs. This is probably going to do a better job of, I mean, this counter service, start for, yeah. If I run that, no errors. but also this isn't going to work because we don't have a URL. Now that works, but does it show the username? No, it doesn't. Username should be here. When I trigger open past the username, yeah, I think that'll be an approach. We'll do that. We have a winner. Has that rerun? I would be expecting to see username here. I'm seeing current count, but let's see, Alithia. No, not working. So why would that not be working? Oh, maybe because, I mean, this parameter's still being set, right? That username really should be appearing. Could be something to do with, like, if I don't inject this and then I don't do this, does the username still work then? That's the question. Any luck? Hold on, object reference, yeah, of course, that makes sense. Rerunning, and then hopefully we're going to see Alith here, and then we can work forward from there. That's running, we've got our username, yeah. So, what about introducing this has caused our issue? I imagine it's probably because this is not a singleton instance reference. So we're gonna go add transient. Transient will just mean that every time this gets made, every time a new website is made, a new instance of this thing gets made, and then in that way, we won't be making like. I mean, it could be a problem if we want to make this thing work with multiple people anyway. So that's all working. Let's see, if we now pull up our swear jar page, we should be able to inject this, see if that works. Because if the introduction of this thing causes it not to show up, for that object not to show up, then we know like already injecting and trying to read the parameter don't work together. So that is working. I believe this is the reloaded version, so we're good. So, okay, we're still not going to listen when it initializes, but this should be enough to get it back on screen, right? So we won't expect anything to happen yet in terms of like seeing things on the console, but if this then works after the reload, then we're looking good. Okay, it does look better. Now let's turn this back on and see if it crashes, and then we'll have like a proper answer about. I just missed out. Ali was going off like a frog in a sock. Oh, that's why we're using her as the test subject here, guys. We can rely on her to be a little bit rude, so that's perfect for us. Okay, errors again. I mean, not actually errors, but this is an error. We had this fatal error before once upon a time, but I don't understand what causes it. It seemed to be like... What was causing it? When we were creating our instance transiently, that's I think when it was creating the problem. We might have to allow it to stay a singleton and then internally keep versions of this thing running, because right now if it runs the way that it's running, it gets this fatal error as if the file isn't there, but we know for a fact the file is. Oh, that changes this stuff and it makes it a fair bit more complicated. It's going to be harder to implement this way. Yeah, it's going to be harder to implement that way. Let's see. So Fizz is saying some stuff here. When you host this though, it might be easier to have a list and not make this for a new person tracking someone's profanity. Oh wait, it's more on the streamer side. Yeah, it's on the streamer side, absolutely. So the streamer will be able to use this to create like a new Stream Elements browser overlay, and then they can do this for themselves. That's essentially what the idea is for this. So we do want it to dispose. This error, I think it's going to be something. Let's see if I add. What does add scoped do? Adds a scoped service for the type specified in T service with the implementation type specified in the T. I mean, this is not telling us anything useful. This is comments, like you can't see this on the right here, guys, but the comments. I hate comments that say nothing. They use words, but they don't have any information. It's like comments that go, as singleton. Yeah, it's like, I got that. I got that from this. And sometimes, like, even Microsoft will comment in a way which is not useful, right? As a singleton service. Like, okay, of course. Why did you bother writing this? There's nothing I couldn't tell from that. Sometimes, like, no comments are better than, like, obvious comments, which are better than, like, bad comments. Bad comments are really bad. All right. Notice that time it actually got to compiling shaders before Whisper had its error. The worst part is this error doesn't tell us very much at all. There's so little to go from here. So little to go from. But it might be just like it's running twice, right? Is it actually running twice? Because I see this. I see that. And then we see it a second time. Twitch stream signature, Twitch stream signature. Yeah, so this is running twice, and it should not be running twice, guys. Let's set a breakpoint here and see how many times it gets hit when we run. Fizz, what are you saying? Legit. So it's like, okay, what is this type? What's different? Yeah. Useless code is really, really annoying. Okay, running here once. And probably we need to, like, maybe here we'll call the dispose on counter service as well. Right now, did we have it as a transient or a singleton? We have it as a singleton, so okay, good to know. Run it. Does it get hit again? Yes, it gets hit again. Why does it get hit twice? Usually this wouldn't matter if the page just loaded twice, but if it's doing all of this, like, if it's starting this whole thing twice, that's a problem, right? 3 times, no less. And that could be for 4 times. All right, it's starting a lot. That's going to be a problem. 7 times, yeah, this is like big problem, because that's an expensive method to call, and I don't know what was calling it. It must be like all my different windows. I've got this open a few times, so that could be, maybe that was actually legit. Maybe all of these are trying to reconnect, and those are causing it to run the page over and over and over and over. So what we could do is internally we could have a thing that keeps track of all the number of instances running, and when one comes up for a streamer, like, reuses it. So it's like I think they, like, object pooling is the pattern that's used to describe what will happen here if we implement it that way. But yeah, maybe an object pool is the solution. Let's see. Do we have music? Yes, let's turn that back on. No more ads on the music. And all right, music's back. Okay, hold up. I got a message here from Fass. Let me just respond to her message quickly, guys. All right, where were we? So, the fact that, yeah, maybe I do need to make this a singleton. I mean, these are the kind of complications that we're going to start running into. Lucario, giving me a raid with 3 viewers. Thank you, dude. Really appreciate it. Welcome raiders as well. How are you guys doing? We're making a swear jar. I wish it was up and running right now. I literally just broke it. So it's not currently broken, not currently working, but it's, yeah, it will use AI to look at any streamer's page and keep track of how many times they swear. Not their page, their stream. But yeah, welcome guys, and thank you Lucario for sending your viewers here. That's awesome, dude. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna follow Lucario, and you all should do the same. Thanks so much. Big shout out to him. Yeah, okay, so this, I mean, this here, the fact that this transcriber, I mean, right now if it's singleton, every time this gets made, we'll only get 1 instance of it. So what we could do here, and I think this is gonna be, dispose will also need like, start for streamer. We can also stop for streamer. We're gonna need to do that. Stop for streamer username. And then what we could do is make a dictionary of different, dictionary of streamer and stream transcriber. So then from here, we're going to make our new transcriber, and we're going to keep that. We're going to pluralize that. We're going to go like this then. Username equals the transcriber runner. And then we can run our methods on that. So in that situation where, like, remember I answered a, also we can just like check if the transcriber runners, well, hold on, dot contains key username, then we can just return it. Well, we don't need to do anything. If it doesn't return it, then we can set it up to listen. And the other thing is these actions, when they get raised, I mean, let's see, yeah, it's a fairly good point. Increment is getting called then from our profanity filter, but by getting access to this on count changed event, we only want that to happen for the transcriber, for the one that we actually care about, right guys? So can I add exclamation mark Y2 to my stream title? I can do that, Goalie. Can you explain what that's for? Is this just something that goes to the end of the stream title? We can totally make that happen, but yeah, I'm not sure what that means yet. Keep in mind, I'm a newbie streamer. Stream elements, doing some, yeah, I can see that Goldie's cooking here in the background, doing some stuff. Okay, where are we at? Okay, so yeah, what we're saying now is if no transcriber is running for this streamer, then do this, otherwise we're not going to do a thing. The problem here then is we are going to need to, like, we can't dispose a single thing anymore. I don't think this was even, it is iDisposable. So each of those things is going to need to call stop for itself, so that means we then need to retrieve the transcriber runner, and then like dispose of it manually. And then in the page that we had, we can make our swear jar page disposable. So this can then implement iDisposable again, which I think it did at one point. And then rather than, like, we can go, yeah, we can unsubscribe, then counter service dot on couch, no, not on couch, stop here, stop for streamer, and then we can put username in there. Okay, so we can listen and then stop listening. For this event, or interesting, I don't think we want this on the front end. I mean, this is the downside of doing this singleton approach. Okay. I added a command for your YouTube. It's already there for me. Okay. You have a YouTube channel? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. There's not a lot going on there. It's just the same stuff that you would see here with some of the, like, if you guys clip stuff, it'll wind up on YouTube, stuff like that. I'm also just putting the whole stream up there. It's, you know, so one day, 4 years from now, we've got this great stream and this massive community and all this other stuff. I can be like, remember those first few streams where Goldie and It's Fizz and Nunya Biz were hanging around and we were just making a stupid swear jar? So it's kind of just, you know, it's there for posterity. All right, hold up. I'm gonna do star jumps because I want the lights. Remember when Seb was streaming above a nightclub and everything broke and the technology failed and all that, just for posterity. Okay, on counter changed. Okay, when this thing is running, we can do this. Yeah, this is smart. Hold on. This is interesting. What we could be doing here. So, to think out loud, what's happening here is we're starting the stream for a streamer. If the runners contains the key for it, like doesn't contain the key for it, we're going to start up a new instance of this thing, and we're going to keep track of it here in the transcribers so that we don't make multiple instances of this transcriber runner. And like, what am I even doing? I'm making multiple instances right here anyway. That shouldn't be there. Okay. Then we're going to start it with a given username, and when an event gets raised, we're going to put that message forward. And I think that'll mean that you'll only get this message for that one transcriber runner, which is what we want, right? But if we still want to do this, otherwise, right? So if they don't exist, we need to get a reference to the existing one. So we can go transcriber runner is the transcriber runner, and then so yeah, I mean yeah, that makes sense to me. So let's refactor that out to listen. So raise event for user. Well, so listen to profanity. Listen to profanity, and then that's the same thing here. Listen to profanity. Yeah. Okay, I think that's a smart solution. That'll work, guys. That's start for streamer. Interesting. Hey, 8fall, welcome, man. Glad you could join us. Good to have you here. Nunya Biz. Hell yeah. Yeah, exactly, right? Good to have these things for one day to look back on. I see, Goldie, you're adding some cool things in there. Yeah, nice. You're getting stream elements to respond. That's pretty cool. It's fizz. You're talking about pass it straight in. Yeah, yeah. You're talking about this parameter here. I've misspelled that. Vanity. There we go. Okay, I think. I mean, we haven't called this. I mean, did we? I seem to remember writing that. Yeah, okay, this is what you were saying there. You were saying that start for screen. Yeah, okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down, Fizz. I'm picking up what you're putting down. We've got it now. We got it. We fixed it. Okay, let's see what happens, because what happened before was I had a bunch of windows up from when I was debugging, and the issue was that it ran a whole bunch of different times, and we don't want that. We only want to run that thing like once, right? So if there's a whole bunch of different Alethea instances, oh, okay, I didn't initialize this. Of course I didn't. It would be smart to make sure that we have a default value here, and this is why this little underline was so useful. So that's going to be a new dictionary, and like, of course, this is why I like Writer. It makes it easy to see, and actually it can be read-only, can't it? Why doesn't it like this? Try get value. Yeah. See, Writer, you always making my job easier, teaching me new and better ways to write things. Though what's it doing? What's it doing there? Well, look, I'm pretty sure. Okay, yeah. There we go. Alright, run it again. I still see an error here in the console. But yeah, we're gonna find out what happens. We're gonna find out. Sometimes you just gotta fuck around and find out, and I think that's what's happening here. Let's try again once it's up and compiled. Has it compiled? Nearly. That's good. Only once. This is what we like to see. Is it going to freak out and dump a bunch of stuff in the deck? Is it going to crash? We had a weird crash before, but we're okay so far. But it's not progressing either. Is it because of a breakpoint, guys? Did I set some breakpoint? No, it's not debugging. Interesting. Interesting that it would behave like this. I mean, it says it's starting, but is it really? Mute. What's it doing, guys? What's it doing? Alright, debug time. Debug time. Let's get some debugs in the emote. This is why I made this stupid emote, because we're gonna do a lot of debugging to figure this out. It's a pretty weird thing that we're doing. Like, this is totally not what ASP.NET was designed to do. So we're fitting square pegs into round holes as we work here, guys. I can add on point to the stream title too. That's interesting, Goldie. I could do that, but like, why would I add exclamation mark on point to the stream title for the game? Because we're not actually streaming that game just yet. Like, when we develop that game for sure, but as it is. Were you declaring the variable for that already? Were you declaring the variable for it already existing? Yes, I was. Yeah. All right, that's a thing. We're running it. Hold on. Is this just working now? Alethea, run it. Why is it disposing? Should not be disposing yet. That's pretty odd. Let's go look at our console. Why is does it dispose and then go back into this loading? That's pretty strange. You gotta promote my game. Yeah, I definitely would like to do that. It helps people searching for those things find you with promo. Alright, we'll do that. We'll do it. It's a good suggestion. You know, the game sales have actually changed since we've been streaming, guys. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Was an unexpected like side benefit of this whole thing. But why is that not working? Alright, hold up. So, Goldie, can you explain what the YT actually represents there in the stream title? Okay. Hey, nice. That's badass. Congrats. Interesting. It's like the Twitch search bar. If people search it, it will be listed depending on how popular you are. Adding the command to the stream title should help too. YouTube. Oh, I see. Yeah, gotcha. Helps me get discovered on YouTube. I see. I'm definitely gonna have to put more effort into YouTube. Oh, is that hitting for Alithia like the moment I frickin' type it, even when it hasn't loaded the page? Pretty interesting. Okay, so I wonder why this would start, but then we don't see any logs and the page doesn't finish loading. On initialized, and it immediately disposes, which is just not what we would expect, right? Let's do it again. Step into this. See if the transcriber runners, I mean, yes, it has that one already. That listens on transcription. Excellent. So if that hits, it should increment. I mean, we don't even want that. We're just gonna, and the dispose is gonna turn that off. It's good. It's fizz because it's not being uncached, but it's weird it's being disposed. Yeah, it's pretty weird that it's being disposed there. You can find a list of all the commands here. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll have to spend a bit of time looking into what you're doing here, Goldie. It's cool that you're getting this all set up. That YouTube channel, yeah, I need to make an effort to make it better, because it's really just like the things that you can do right now from inside of, inside of the, what's it called, the content section. You're able to just like upload the things that you're like your streams directly to YouTube, which is pretty cool. But yeah, we really need some highlights for that to be awesome and interesting. Yes. So let's see. This. It's weird that it's unsubscribing. If the unsubscribe wasn't working, then this whole thing would probably be functional, right? Okay. Interesting that it disconnects. Is there something maybe like in the stack trace that tells us why it disconnects, why it disposes? So that on counter changed. Actually, we're not going to get that hitting until we figure out what's going wrong with the rest of it. But for now, let's turn that off and see if that gets the page running again. So we'll rerun. Yes, it does. Why would... That's interesting. Why would this stop it from... Maybe there's something in here. Start could... I mean, it creates a bunch of instances of objects, but it doesn't, like, there's nothing here that would cause it to wait, right? If I run this, there's basically a while true inside of this that could be causing what we're seeing. This while true here, but this should be running in a background thread at this point because we're not waiting for it to run. Let's set that there, and then we'll have another run and see what happens. Because that cancellation token, it's pretty. Do we ask Gemini? We did that. No, we're definitely not over AI. We want to learn how all this stuff works. Absolutely. We tried Gemini recently to fix an audio issue with Fasffy on stream. That was pretty interesting. But I think this is the kind of thing that Gemini might not be able to help with. So there's our cancellation token. There's our run. Yeah, when we step over, we just we're out of this method, man. We're done. We're continuing with this. It listens to profanity. It tells us if that happens, then do this. And then we cache it. And then we're good, right? And then we're off. This should run. But it's stuck in this loading loop. Why is it loading now? Why isn't the page just rendering a result? Pretty strange. I've heard that clips that you want to download them and upload them as a short on YouTube instead of uploading directly from Twitch. As for some reason they don't get as many views. This is according to Pirate Software. Fast mentioned something like that. At this point, I don't mind. We can just upload them that way, and even if they don't get that many views, it's fine. I'm not really doing a huge amount to make it work through YouTube right now. Until we hit 300 in the queue. Right. What are you referring to there, Crazy? 300 in which queue? Everything being done is stuff that you can access as a shorthand to see more things available for you and your channels. You can just put this in auto mode to where it pops out on its own for people who to see though as well, instead of having to type the exclamation point and the command. Fizz, from your experience, that's HTTP not ending the response? Yes, yeah. The Gemini queue, right. Right. 300 in the queue if we ever get the AI to give us an answer. Yeah, when we did Gemini, we tried their new screen watching sharing feature that that was pretty interesting. So yes, it could very well be HTTP not returning the response, but that I wouldn't expect to see that, because if we debug through this, we get to the end of this method, right? So there's nothing holding it up from releasing the end of the render here, and there's nothing here on counter change. It's all async, so I mean there's no, that should be over on this screen. This, yeah, look, okay, so that runs fine, listens to profanity, this starts, we get back to that method, we get out of this method, and then we break out of here and we break out of uninitialized. So the page is initialized. This should release this is part of the rendering process, and now we're in component base. So the fact that dispose is getting hit, it's I mean, let's just turn this, it's bad. It's essentially a memory leak, but for now, we'll leave it there so we remember that it needs to be on. But let's turn this off and see if, because I don't know why it would be getting immediately disposed like that. That's ridiculous. There's nothing. We're not exiting the page. I mean, that meant it finished, and now we're getting text. So that's really cool. Okay, so it was the disposal that was causing it not to run there, right? That's a pretty strange phenomenon, but we got a solution. That's awesome. So now the question is, what happens if we also do one more with base code? So now I think we have two swear jars running from the same website. let's have a look in the background here, because we're going to start to, I think we're going to have to start logging like who the swear word was from, unless it doesn't like running this model twice at the same time, which would be really frustrating, right? If we went all this way to get it working and then their underlying model only supports running like one at a time, wouldn't that be pretty weird? Okay, so this just like crashed and stopped running, like in a big way. It even crashed our whole server. So that can go. See, Alithia's connected. Okay, it might be like the way that this is implemented under the hood, right? Because notice it's like hard crashes us when we do more than one stream. This could be Whisper. This could be a fundamental problem with Whisper, guys, which means that we've built our, we've built our house on shaky ground. Pretty weird. Okay. This is for stream elements, not a bot, right, Nanya? Snolzy, Souls, Nanya doesn't smell, but I appreciate you using your like channel points to get a purple thing to say that. Is that how this? Still better than you, sir. Lol. Let's keep it friendly, guys. Let's be friends. Let's be friends and not accuse one another of smelling. Okay, so this is working for Olivia, and not only that, it got 2 swear words. What happens if I change to base code? Is it gonna like crash and die? Started a new thing. There could still be a way around this, actually, guys. It could be, I could just ask the one instance of Whisper to process both, like to process everything then. That would be around it, the way around. Because if the problem is like that it can't do multiple, then we can only have one instance of Whisper, then we can just re-implement this so that there's the one instance. I mean, let's see what's happening here. I mean, it seems to have switched, but it's not finishing this. It's not finishing doing so properly. Hello? Gonna work? So you do want the N pronounced. We can do that. We can do that. Snolzy. It's a fun name. It's a good name, man. With the N in there. Yeah. Let's be friends. And it has a picture of a bee on it. Let's be friends, exactly. Alright, so the buffer is... We're having problems. Let's switch back to Alithia and see what happens. So it's still stuck like doing some weird processing there, isn't it? The other thing I'm noticing, guys, is the username should be a part of this UI. It's got current count, but it doesn't have... Oh, it's white. It's white. Very not useful. Why is that white? Did we do something to set like... You know, I'm gonna, instead of going searching through the solution, our AI is actually gonna jump in and help with this. So, this page has got a lot of context, yes. And a new chat, please. This text is white. It should be black. Default. What's setting this to white? Interestingly, when the rest of the text wasn't rendered, I don't think it came up as white. Yeah. Style font color black. We could do that, Scrog. you're absolutely right. But then like next time we put H1 in there, it's going to have the same problem. So I'd rather get to the root of it. And welcome to the chat, by the way. I think this is the first time you've spoken up. Scrug is the hero of our last stream. Scrug noticed that we hadn't built and cleaned, and like we spent a good hour of our stream trying to make CSS work, where all we needed to do was just tell ASP.NET to like clean the solution. So thank you again for your contributions last stream, Scrug. It's great to have you along. Maybe you can spot some more problems some more mistakes I make this time. It was much appreciated. It was great that we actually got away from this the red herring that we were chasing this entire time. Is this really? Are we really doing this? Did we? Maybe I made the mistake of jar. I just set H1 to white when we had the background working last time. It might absolutely be right about that. So yeah, we don't need that, but we also don't need that. Setting it to white here is our mistake. There we go. Let's rerun that. Scrug blushing. Ah man, you were a huge help. It was a really good suggestion. It saved a lot of time. So base code. Let's head there. See what happens. Fatal error. See guys, the fatal error. It's like Whisper doesn't like multiple instances, which is it's pretty interesting. So we're gonna have to re-architect this. We're gonna have to change this so that the Twitch transcriber runner, all of our things are gonna have to share one instance of this object because we can't make multiple of them, right? So let's go see where this is getting newed up. So yeah, what happens when we call start for this thing? It runs async. I mean, the way we could do this, this transcriber might be the way to go, because really, like, this shouldn't be dealing with this M3U. And that's also going to cause problems anyway, right? So let's have a look. If I think about the real core of the, like, what's doing the real processing, it's just this transcriber here, right? This transcriber runner needs to have just one instance of transcriber. Then we're passing the audio reader in every time. And it's keeping an instance of that. Jumping jack time, yes. I absolutely need to make a jumping jack emote because it's time for that. None you biz, you're gonna do some work stuff. It's cool that you can work and check out the stream at the same time. Man, my job does not allow me to multitask like that. The closest I get to do is like streaming when coding, so yeah, nice. I guess I could do that. But jumping jack time. As you guys said, jumping jacks with heel click for 360 degree spin. Yeah, maybe that sounds very difficult and sophisticated. Maybe like Fast suggested, we'll have to connect the fancy 360 degree heel click spin to some bits or something, because I reckon I could do it, but the risk of injury is high with such a complicated maneuver. So for now, I'm just gonna do jumping jacks. No jumping jacks needed. Just activated. Holy shit. 2,000 bits. Maserati, thank you. What the? Oh my god, that 100% has earned the 360 degree heel click spin for like... what the hell? 2,000 bits is huge. Let's go, man. Maserati, appreciate it. I'm gonna do it. Just you wait. 360 degree heel click spin. We're doing it. I don't know if you got that, but I feel like that was 100% 360 degrees with a heel click, no less. No less. Did it? Was it captured? Did you get it in the? Did we get it in the? Was it in frame? That's for you, Maserati. Thank you. Thank you for the. Thank you for the. Man, that's huge. I'm not even. I still have to like wrap my head around what bits even mean, but man, your support means the world. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed your 360-degree heel click spin as suggested by Psych. I executed it flawlessly. Much appreciated, man. That's awesome. That's huge. Maserati. Maserati, not Maserati. Two separate things? Okay, sorry if I mispronounced it. Please don't out yourself. You're welcome, mate. Good night. Good night, all. Thank you, Maserati. And good night. Sleep well, dude. Really appreciate it. All right. Okay, man, that's made this whole... like, you guys supporting me here, it means a lot to me, so I really appreciate it. Move the camera now. Do you want... Was it not in frame? Is he still... Tab in chat box? Cheer? Cheer. Ooh, you cannot cheer in your own channel. No, I can't cheer in my own channel, but that's cool. Move the camera. I hope that my spin was in frame. If not, we can do another one and make sure that it's definitely in frame for the next time. Didn't know that was a thing. Oh, the camera moved when you did the 360-degree spin. What do you mean? I'm gonna have to. Can somebody clip it, and then I'll go back and have a look at the 360-degree spin. Hey, Spiral, welcome to the chat, man. You've just missed a huge 2,000 bits got dropped by Maserati. Really appreciative of that support. And we're at the point where we're the swear jar is working fairly well, but now we're trying to make it a little bit more robust so that we can use it with multiple streamers at the same time. That's the plan for this thing, is that we can put a name in and that we can have the system work, but it can work for multiple people simultaneously, which is it's a bit difficult to make that function, but it will be useful if I can make that work. So let's let it finish building. There we go. Let it finish running on base code. And since it is running, let's just like do a test for some when it gets past the upbeat beat music as the stream warms up. I'll say a couple swear words and we'll see the counter move. And then after that, okay, yeah, so it's working. Fuck, shit, fuck, shit, fuck. It feels so awkward to swear. So, and also I'm pretty sure the interference of the background music is causing it to miss some of the words which are spoken. So funny. Okay, so there we go. Working for one person. So even though I said 5 and it only got 4, I can't complain. That's pretty good. But yeah, that's another thing. How do I clip my own thing? Can I exclamation clip to oh man, I'm such a noob at this. How do I clip that working? Because that was a nice little demonstration. Yeah, there we go. That worked. Sweet. Excellent. So that's working. But what I want it to do now is I need to be able to go like this. If I go Alithia, I want the whole thing to be able to continue running in the background and then like switch to a different stream as well. So you can see it tried to do it here. But it's, yeah, now the whole thing kind of falls apart, which is unfortunate. Maybe that's mod only? We are learning, yes. I think it did work, like it's saying, okay, cool. Yeah, so we've got 2 clips there now. It's fine, I'll look through them later. I appreciate you guys trying it out and helping. So it has, now it's like stopped. It's just stopped. It was working, it was fine, but now it's stopped now that I switched streamer. And I kind of want to discover why, right? I think it has to do with like not liking multiple instances of that program existing. So, yeah. So start for streamer worked. If I break point here, I'm sure this is going to work twice. But, I mean, I really need to... Oh, look. It's trying to do something. But there's a big audio delay there. I mean, really, I should be just, like, doing some refactoring to get this neater anyway. There's a lot that's not great about what happens inside of... I mean, counter service, sure. Really, I think, like, the counter service shouldn't be running this transcriber anyway, right? There's this Twitch transcriber runner, and then what is happening here is we're adding a singleton for the counter service, which is this thing, and then it having all these runners is probably like, that's probably where the core of the issue is. Really, there ought to be like a Twitch transcriber. This one needs to be singleton. I think that's what's that's the real heart of the problem. And then these need to be separated out. So the audio reader shouldn't be part of the transcriber, because I'm pretty sure our transcriber contains the instance of Whisper, and Whisper doesn't like existing more than once, right? So we've got our Whisper factory and everything. So every time this thing gets constructed, we're getting a new Whisper factory, and this just wants to be there like one time, right? So this only wants to exist once. I think that's what's causing our problems. So what we should do is refactor this Whisper stuff out into its own like standalone thing, because there's the transcriber there. That means this audio reader, we kind of need to pass that in here instead of here. I think that's a nice next step. Yeah. Our audio reader. And then this can even be a variable. Why is that? Oh, yeah. No, that's fine. So we don't need... I think we need that anymore. That validation's probably not helping us. And then this, that whole variable can go. Goldie, I actually got a better command for the YouTube. Would you like it? Sure. Yeah. Okay, cool. So when you guys do that !YT, what actually happens with it? Is it uploading it to YouTube by doing that with this new command that you put in, Goldie? That would be interesting. Start continuous capture. I don't think, well, let's see if what gets created in here, because if there's something that gets created in here, let's finish refactoring first. So that audio reader becomes there. This is where I was like the 2 seconds of audio that we were talking about, guys. It's doing that there. I don't really see any more instances of objects getting made, so that's fine. No, it just gives you a link for the YouTube in the chat. Okay, cool, cool. Can you guys hear the bass from that music? I'm realizing now I've stopped the actual music, and you must just have the nightclub music going on. There we go. Some synthwave instead, because oh my god, there's a lot of bass. This is why they call it bass code, guys, because there's just bass vibrating through the ground when I stream. Man, that's loud. Here's the latest video. Okay, cool. Man, it's interesting that you guys can make these changes like that. At some point, I need to get some time to just like hit you up, Goldie, and we should get on Discord and talk about what improvements we need to make to this thing. Okay, start continuous capture. This probably needs to get publicked. audio reader doesn't need to be there anymore. Transcriber.start continuous capture. In that audio reader in there. Okay, so the reason we're doing this is because now this could, in theory, become its own like singleton service. And then it would only exist once. And then, let me think this through. I have to keep my train of thought going. Okay, so new video, it will make a link for the latest YouTube video. Successfully updated the YouTube comment. Cool. Here's the latest video. Yeah, nice, nice.
Good evening, guys.
Alright, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, Goldie. I see that works. Alright, there's the audio reader. I'm gonna start the capture. Start continuous capture, transcriber. That's gonna get our segments. Yep, this is all kind of making sense. But what about okay, so the problem now is that this can't get newed up every time. And that start continuous capture, this needs to be a thing that just like runs. We kind of need to turn this into its own singleton now. And then inside of this object, when the Twitch transcriber runner gets built, man, we kind of need just to see where this gets constructed. Start for streamer. This is going to start the Twitch transcriber runner. I got to step back and think about it, don't you think, guys? Like, if this runner goes start, and then that means this instance gets made, we're gonna have to. Oh, there's gonna have to be dependency injection all the way down. That counter service. So maybe the way I refactored this is pointless, because already at this level, we are creating this audio reader, so it already sits inside of this object, right? Yeah. Yep, there's a exclamation command add, command edit, command name, and command delete. Yeah, Goldie's doing a great job. And thank you for your help though, Snolzy. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, so we have to kind of undo that stuff. Maybe I should be checking in my work in progress here. Because although we made some changes here, I don't think like putting them as a parameter to the start continuous capture really helps us that much. We may as well have done this from the constructor. Yeah, the thing we do really need to do though, I need to step back and think about the problem. So maybe just like, I should rubber duck this with you guys. Yeah, I don't mind helping out with mod stuff. It seems like you've done some modding before. I just hate being a mod. It seems like it's like a lot of effort. It's there's a lot going on with doing that. So I appreciate so much that Goldie is doing that for this stream, because if I had to try and do mod stuff as well as the stream, it wouldn't be viable. It wouldn't work. It's working so much better because I've got his help. And you helping him means the whole thing goes smoother. So thank you. Okay, so where are we? Let's see if we can I might need to, let's have a bit of a think about this. So we've got got our, so this should be white. So right now we've got our Twitch Whisper transcriber. We've got our transcriber. We've also got our runner. And our runner makes our transcriber, right? So runner has our transcriber. Then we've got our page here, our slash based code. And really, like, I wish we had a little website thing, because like our little cloud, because this is our web page. This is the worst cloud you've ever seen, guys. But I don't even know why a cloud represents a website. But that's what's happening. This is creating our counter service. Let's have a look what's actually happening in our counter service. Our counter service currently has our transcribers. This is kind of showing us how much of a mess this is, because it's got these in a collection for each. Yeah, I really should have thought this through before I just went ahead and made something. So that can come down here. So counter sits around all of this. Counter has runner has transcriber, and what we're trying to do is have multiple instances of our web page. So this could be like, one here is Ali. Yeah. So one here is Ali, for instance, and so let's say we're doing Fasffy. What this does is, counter is a singleton, so that means base code and Ali get this. If it is a singleton, is it a singleton? We need to just verify that, right? Hey, the 360 heel spin. See if how much it actually got. 360 heel spin. Is it in frame? Yes! That was pretty good. That was pretty good, don't you think, guys? Sorry, that wasn't even in frame for you guys. Let's run that again. Let's run that again. Here we go. Hold on. Theater mode. Instant replay. Not so instant replay. Nice. Okay, hold on. We can do better. Ready? Ready? Nice. Fun times. That was good. That's great. Okay, so where were we? We don't need to be running this right now. Actually, we're thinking our problem space through, and probably going to be doing a bit of cleanup as a result of thinking it through as well, guys. So let's stop this. We don't need it running. Okay. So both of these, in theory, are creating instances of counter because it's not singleton. It is singleton. Yes. And then it being singleton is a problem, right? Because, so if you guys don't know what singleton means, it just means that there's one instance of it. So with a, with game coding, you see singleton instance references everywhere, and it creates all sorts of freaking problems. Look, the light's gone out again. Star jump time. Star jump time. It's star jump time. Sorry, be right back. Star jumps. And we're back with light. So, singleton means there's one instance of the thing floating around, right? In memory, there's only one of them, and when multiple things use the same instance, that can be very useful. Where this goes wrong is when you need to have divergent behavior, and multiple instances of the thing need to exist. For instance, we want to be transcribing like one for Fasffy and one for base code. Having one transcriber doesn't work because it's operating on one, like, you know, this counter service. When we drill down into it, like we get our username here, right? So if I say start for streamer, that means, like, let's say I do that for Fasffy, that means counter is going to get started with Fasffy. But then base code comes along and he says, like, okay, I want to stream my stream. Then the same thing's going to happen, and the data that sits, like, you know, this is working on Fasffy down here. If I come along, then Fasffy's going to get like overridden with base code when when he comes around. So we can't have this be a singleton. That's the problem, right? And the other problem here is that transcriber, we've noticed that if we move it away from being a singleton, we have multiple transcribers, that the whole thing just dies. You can't make more than one whisper, right? So in here, inside a transcriber, it's got this little like whisper instantiation call. So like right down at the bottom, we've got this this Twitch whisper transcriber, and it's doing this, like, it's making a whisper factory, and if you do this more than once, it hates it, right? So the whisper factory from path, it seems to like crash if we do more than one of these things. So this system won't work with this as a singleton. I think what we need is, so let's do a new one. We're going to need a new architecture where we have not singletons, but we get this effect where we're going to need like a transcriber, and it's going to have to be its own thing, right? That sits there as this is the thing with the actual whisper call. Hold on, guys. Sorry. We'll need our whisper call off there at the side, and then we're going to need counter isn't even a good word for it, but right now that's what it's called. We're going to need our counter, and that's going to need a transcriber runner inside of it, but it's going to need multiple of them, right? If we have just the one, that transcriber runner, well, it's all right, you guys, I shouldn't have clicked away, but you understand. So we're going to need this, right? So that when when base code comes along and wants his own swear jar, that base code gets a counter, and then when Fasffy comes along, she wants her own counter and swear jar. But both of these, because we can't have more than one instance of the transcriber, that needs to happen like that. So how I think we do this, if that'll make sense to everyone, and you'll agree that this is the right thing, is that this has to be our singleton. So this has got to be our singleton. These have to be transient. Like that. And I think then with that architecture, these can have their own separate counts for like swear words. Like count. Yeah. And with that in mind, whenever, like, these are going to need their own audio streams as well. So yeah, each of these has their own audio streams, each of these has their own count. These are transient things that exist like for every web page, every like request to a web page gets its own transient version of this. And then behind the scenes, we'll have our transcriber, and it can dispatch its calls with the transcriber runner to our transcriber, which will run Whisper, and then that means we only do this once, because I'm just noticing every time we do this more than one time, the whole thing just like breaks and we get that error that we saw in the console, the 05 error. And so yeah, I think that's the plan, guys, is we've got to do this refactoring so that this becomes its own singleton, that this depends on, this gets injected into that, and then we'll be off, we'll be off and running. I think that's going to be the plan. So I'll minimize these, we'll keep them around, and then let's do this refactoring change. Let's change this architecture. That should get us into the point where things are working. And if we can achieve that, then I reckon we'll be looking good for, that's a pretty good effort. Mute. There we go. Yeah, okay. So that means let's start with our transcriber service. And before we do this, actually, let's check our code in, because at very least we want to just like stage these so any new changes get highlighted here, because we're not done yet. We're not like we don't have a new working version of software, so I don't want to check it in. With the T. There we go. And actually it's transcriber service. So that now is going to be this is our singleton, right? Build a services.add singleton transcriber service. So the counter service is going to be transient, but let's not change that yet. So that transcriber service, it's going to be basically doing what this transcriber runner does. But we notice that the runner, let's get back to our diagram. So the runner needs to be inside of the counter because it has that audio stream, right? Let's just validate that assumption. Yes, it does. Our runner has the audio stream, and that changes from username to username, right? So this class goes within our counter, and our counter becomes transient, and then we need to refactor out instances where this transcriber, that needs to turn into a thing that gets injected. Because with that being injected, it won't get created over and over and over. That's the plan. Good use of pseudocode right there. Thank you, Goldie. Thank you. Is that, like, Goldie, I'm saying a lot of, like, stuff here. You're a pretty technical dude, but there might be ways that I can clarify what I'm talking about. If you ever have any questions about what I mean by, like, transient and singleton and stuff like that, just, like, ask away, because it's good to, I kind of hope I can teach as well. And we can also, like, validate this, right? This, I mean, let's go have a look at what this actually, what is it, F1 to go read about this stuff. So yeah, add transient, adds a I mean, not useful. SP.NET dependency injection. Man, still can't believe Maserati, not Maserati, Mazamari coming along and cheering the bits like that. I've like got to go check out what he's actually doing, because that's a lot. Oh yeah, if anyone has questions, ask away. Seb won't bite. Yeah, please guys, please. Questions encouraged. Questions definitely encouraged. So the other thing I want to do probably is abstract the behavior of the transient class out behind an interface. Lots of big frickin' words there that could also need clarification. But basically what it means is I'm going to look at the behavior of the thing and see, like, what's the shape of it look like, and put that into something that doesn't have any specifics about implementation. About, like, it doesn't say how we do it, it just says what we can do. And then that'll also make it easier to like change its behavior later if I want to adapt it without breaking existing systems or having to change existing systems. Yeah. You have so many questions, but I've got to learn how to do basic code first. Okay, 100 bits is $2.40. So hold on. So he's like $40 he's tipping? That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So like, am I getting that right in my brain? Am I mathing right? It's like, yeah, okay. That's cool. No, $40 or so, right? Yeah. So, 2000, was it? Doesn't matter. I'll figure this out later. Doesn't matter. I'm super, super grateful. Add scoped. So where was scoped? I mean, it's not explaining right here what these things are exactly. Keyed services. I mean, I've never done keyed stuff. That's pretty interesting. It's cool that you can do that. I mean, lifetime. Yeah, we're interested in the lifetime and registration options. To demonstrate the difference between service lifetimes, let me just get this on the left side of screen so you all can read it along with me. Service lifetimes. Okay, so to demonstrate the difference between service lifetimes and registration options, considering the following interfaces that represent tasks and operations with the identifier operation ID. Depending on how the lifetime of the operations service is configured to the following interfaces, the container provides either the same or different instances of the service when requested by the class. Yeah, so that's what we're talking about, guys, is we need to be able to have different instances for our transcriber, essentially. The following operation class implements all the preceding interfaces. The operation constructor generates GUID that stores the last four characters of the operation ID property. Operation scoped, operation singleton. Alright, interesting. The following code creates the... Yep. So yeah, I think we're just going to do a little bit of research to figure out which one of these is most appropriate for what we want to do. Okay, the same app demonstrates object lifetimes both within and between requests. The index model and the middleware request, each kind of I operation along with the operation ID for each. So, okay, cool. Index model, page model. So this is creating a dependency that should in its construction use dependency injection. It's in the Twitch chat next to the channel points. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've got a lot to learn still, Fizz, so I'm figuring out where these things go. Going to the gym. What should I work out? Nice. Goldie's giving advice for glutes. Not my monthly leg day. You should do leg day more often than every month. You should do it every week at least if you've got a rotation. Throw leg day in there. Leg day is important. If I wasn't doing leg day, I doubt I could do it with a 360-degree heel click. Good for mobility, good for strength. Cardio, also a good call. Yeah, let's see. So, on get. So, similar to index model, the middleware resolves the same services. So, invoke async. Logger. Resolved it. Man, this did not actually say a whole lot of useful stuff. I don't think you would expect to see in their instructions what the actual log output was when they were doing this and how these things got called. Sometimes I hate Microsoft documentation. It's just not, it's not great. So Surface 1, 2, 3. In order for me to really learn a lot from this, I think I need to see debugs actually like this. So yeah, this is more useful here. Add singleton, yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Recommended patterns for multi-tenancy and dependency injection. No, we're not looking at any of that. What we really want is, so what we could do to test this, if we wanted to, is just say, we're going to do our own test instead of reading that documentation, because quietly I think that was garbage. So singleton service, and let's say console.writeLine hello world, and then hello with a W, and we'll actually make a transient as well. Transient service, let's give it the same. Hello world, so and we'll do the same for singleton. So what I want to do with this, guys, and the reason I'm writing this up is I'm going to now register this, and then I'm going to make the view a dependency. So services.add singleton and then singleton service, and I'll do the same for our transient one. And then I'm just going to call get from our UI. So right now square jar is our root. I'm just going to, all of this can go off for a moment. And then we're going to inject transient service, and we'll do the same with our singleton service. And then in our initialize, we can in here we're just going to call that method transient service dot hello. I've misspelled transient dot get and singleton service dot get. And now let's just run it again and have a look at the console and see what happens. Spiral, you're off to hit the gym. I will have a good stream. It's been good so far. There's been some biddies from Maserati. We're making a little bit of progress. We're kind of like setting up the next phase of development here at this point. I know it's not the most engaging to watch me like plan and refactor, but we're making progress. It does not. That is correct, because I got rid of that. We can bring it back just for this. There we go. Let's rerun. Chin-ups are so freaking good. I did like chin-ups and pull-ups for a while. Those simple calisthenics make such a big difference over a long time. Alright, I don't know why this is showing twice. Let's clear it and do one load and see if it shows twice. Why would it show twice, guys? I did one load and it loaded twice. Stupid. If I reload it now, it seems to have, so the other thing that we can do now is to verify that this is the same object, like if we make a class of something, star jump time, quick star jumps. So many distractions. In here, we're going to just like, when this instantiates, let's make an instance of a good. Even ID might make sense. And so we'll go good, new good. And then here, by doing this, guys, what I'm hoping to do is see if it's like, how often it's if it's providing the same or a different instance of the object. Because these goods, once that gets run, it'll like exist once. Muting, sorry. So new good. So actually no, even we need this in the constructor, so singleton service. So when this thing gets made, we're going to set this to ID equals new good. And then we'll print that here. So then, what I expect to see now is down here we should get a different output, a different result. And then we'll know, like, of these, which is the one that keeps the instance of the object around. Interesting that the port changed. But, alright, I think I know why. Okay, so notice that's interesting. Both of them. Alright, so good. We're learning something useful here. Seems like transient and singleton. I think what I need is not transient but scoped instead, right? So, that will be why I added this as a singleton. In fact, we didn't even need two classes. We could have done this with the same one class. It would have saved a little bit of time. So, let's clear this up. Still doing it twice, but notice that the singleton stayed the same, and the transient, it got something different every time. So what we need is, we know we need our counter service to be transient, and we need our transcriber service to be the same. So I know that took a little bit of time to do, but yeah, it is the same. Absolutely, Fizz. We're seeing it as the same. So now we know that we can just get rid of these. We've learnt what we needed to from those. Singleton and transient can go. We know that we've got this right, so we're verifying the behavior from the DI system. And now we can go ahead and move the things from counter service out into transcriber service, because we can do this, right? We can say that the counter service in its constructor, so public counter service, the counter service needs our transcriber service. Okay, hold up. I'm gonna code my first Android app now. Feels dank, man. Hey, cool. That's good stuff. What are you using? Are you gonna be learning some Java and using the Android like SDK and NDK and JDK and all that stuff? It can be a lot jumping into all that whole environment for the first time, but yeah, it'd be good, man. It'll be good. Keep doing it. If you have any questions, it's been a while since I did Android dev, but I've done it. So yeah, ask. Kotlin. Oh, now that's something I haven't done. I haven't done that yet. That should be interesting though. Cool stuff. Feel free to ask when you stop. Yeah, I don't know how much we'll be able to help, but I'll do my best, man. I'll do my best. Okay, transcriber service. Now, I think with this done, we will be able to, like, if we cache this, so we'll get our transcriber service. Now later here, rather than like needing to make a bunch of different runners, what we can do is we can provide this same one runner to all of our, this one transcriber to all of our runners. And then the part that can't happen more than once, which is this like this thing, if we keep this inside of, or at least like refactor this into our transcriber service, or I think move it into our transcriber service, then we'll get just one instance of that. And then the problem we were getting shouldn't come up anymore. Fizz knows some Java. Awesome. Yeah, I know heaps of Java, but there's so many things that are related to developing Android apps that aren't like non-Java specific. It's, it can be a lot, but I think it sounds like Skibbity's working in Kotlin anyway, so the Java won't be a huge help. But all right, where are we at? So yeah, okay, that's where we're working towards here. We are at the point where transcriber service, in theory, will be that dependency. Let's just see first and foremost if this works, right? Logger, nullable field logger is uninitialized. I mean, sure. We can initialize logger from there. And let's rewind to back here. That's not called because it's commented out. Swear jar. We didn't need that anymore. This is where our counter would be reintroduced later. We're already like this injection there is happening. So just clean up the open windows we have here a little bit. And actually let's turn on our music because I can hear the club pretty loud already. Where are we? Club, maybe? I think I've lost our music, guys. No, I haven't. There it is. Hello. All right. So we've got this runner. Runner needs to go into our transcriber service. I think that's where we're at because inside a runner there's multiple instances of the thing that we can only have one instance of. With me so far, guys? I think that's where we're at because we can't the audio reader, it's going to depend on that, like this URI. So yeah, we need to, this is the thing that needs to go into, I mean, really this runner, run async was going to need to take in this transcriber as a parameter. Where's this being called from? It's being called from start in the runner. Let's go back to our diagram to have another bit of a look. Because we got this like dependency on counter, and counter has a runner which has a transcriber. And what we want is this, right? Sorry, just adjusting the music. Goldie, you managed to make a VR prison escape game for an Android during university, and our team got the best in the class for it. That's awesome. It was also using Google Cardboard, which didn't allow post-processing in Unity, which was a nightmare. Ooh, that's rough. Yeah, back when Google Cardboard was a thing, VR has come very far since then. It's pretty cool how far that's come. I'm surprised that post-processing was allowed in Google Cardboard. It must have been like were you using like Universal Renderer, or was it something to do with the renderer choice? Okay, so we really just I need to be careful with the next choices I make, because I could move in the wrong direction here if I don't like carefully plan. So yeah, let's switch this stuff back on. So we've got our we're not implementing disposable because that messed up when we tried to. We don't need that. This counter service is going to be a dependency that we inject, but it's going to have its own dependency. It's going to depend on this transcriber service, and transcriber service needs to, like, we made this change where like the runners are in this thing, but like that has to go, right? We can't be doing that. That needs to move into the transcriber service. Start for streamer, counter services. Start for screener is going to need the transcriber service. I think this runner, yeah, the runner is going to need the transcriber service. And also the username. I mean, yeah, we can put that through the start method or whatever, but I think that's essentially going to be how this works, because then if we think about how we're going to do this, we're going to have our transient counter, and the counter is going to have the transcriber, so that, yeah, that transcriber here needs to come through the dependency injection with the same one instance, which, yes, we're doing that, all right. Then we can make the, yeah. I'm liking it. Listen to profanity can still exist there. We don't need any of that layer anymore. Start for streamer, yep. And the runner will have its audio source, if I'm not mistaken. You know what, the stop can get out of here. And that should really be up here. Let's tidy this up a bit. I can go down here. Start uses run async, run a task. We're keeping that around to stop it later, so yes. That runner should be fine to have multiple instances of username. Do I feel like audio probably should be passed into this? The why, I'm not 100% sure. The counter service really needs to be like something different. Transcriber service. Hey, Soap, welcome to the chat. Great to have a new person here. I'm a streaming too, and I got bored making job and watching other streamers too. Great to have you along, man. We're making a oh man, I'm sorry it's not working just at this very moment, but you know what I can do? I can show you. Don't tell, show don't tell. That's often the way to do these things. But first I would have to, yeah, let's whip that up. Let's stick this stuff in. We're gonna go back and clean our commits. And then let's rewind a couple of commits to where we were when it was working. And then I'll show you. Because I want to remind myself how nice this was when it was working. And what better way than to rewind time, get this going. So it is a swear jar for Twitch. as Goldie pointed out, it's basically a cool way to if you have a Twitch stream. Manual increment? Oh, I don't remember that. A cool way to catch my sister swearing, essentially. She's got a pretty successful stream, and I thought, I make software, and I thought I'd ask her what we could do to improve her stream, and she was like, you know what, a swear jar would be really cool, so we're doing that. And actually, I don't think we want to look for this guy. Maybe Alethea's still awake. Well, is that how we spell it? We're just gonna jump onto her stream. And did you say you're streaming right now, Soapy? Are you streaming at this very moment? We can have if you are, we can use you as the test subject for this. Let me know in the chat if you are, and then we'll use you. But for now, you are streaming? Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to show you what we're doing with your username then, with your permission, if you're okay with that. Your one viewer is watching me. Cool. Well, look, let's do a little short collab. Do I have your permission to look at your to connect to your stream and listen to what you're saying there? To kind of read your microphone via my voice is low. Oh, that's no good. That means it's been low for a real long time. It's probably me trying to we'll do a live test. Is this a bit better? Okay, I'm gonna take that as permission to go do that. So I'll run this. What it will do is connect to your stream, and then it's going to listen to your microphone. It's going to listen to the audio from your stream, essentially, and then parse out the text. And then from that we'll be able to. Okay, let's go. So now you have to. I'm real sorry. I'm real sorry to ask you to do this. The club music is way louder now that I've turned this up. Okay, I have to turn that back down then. Yeah, so my voice is going to be low because of mostly the... Yeah, and now if you swear, correct, it's going to hopefully catch that, and we'll see the swear jar here. Increment. So, swear jar on screen. Yeah, so there you go. I saw oh fuck, and it's caught it. It stuck that in the it stuck a coin in the swear jar, and that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing, Soapy. So yeah, pretty much. Yes, exactly. So yep, you said fuck a few more times, and there it is, coins in the jar. Fun times. Though I am actually noticing a problem. I'm noticing a problem, and somebody pointed it out before, but I was a bit too thick to get through on what was actually happening there. Yes, exactly. It's working. So the jar fills up. It fills up when you say rando stuff. So if you say two swear words in the same capture, I'm actually noticing that it only counts it as the one swear word. And you might actually have my stream open, and so my text is coming through as text here as well. So I could swear and incur things for yours too. But yeah. So when you say that was the... Yeah, so I'm pretty sure what's happening right now is you're watching my stream, and for that reason you're getting my audio. Yes. Yeah, exactly. So there's a bug there I need to go fix. I actually, you know what? I might actually go fix that immediately. No, I switched branches, so I'll go fix that on my other branch. But yeah, it's a good thing that we actually found a bug just now. So if you say fuck many times in the same thing, in the same sentence, it's gonna only count it as once, which is, that's a problem. But that's what we're doing. We're setting up an AA swear jar. But yeah, thank you for jumping into the stream, Soapy, and for being a test subject here. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. That's been fun. But yeah, okay, that's where we're up to, and we're currently in the like not so fun refactoring phase of things where this will work right now very well for just like one person and one stream, but we want this to work as a website where like tons of people can all be using it as a service at the same time. So that's where we're up to. And we're doing star jumps every freaking half an hour, it seems like, because the light switches off in the office here. Yay, now I get 2 viewers. I guess those Fs were worth it. Yeah, I hope they were. Okay, we're gonna go do star jumps and get the lights back on. Alright, done. And Soapy, you've followed as well. Really appreciate the follow, man. Thank you for the follow. That's so cool. Thanks for following along, and thanks for being a test subject. You've really helped out here with both those things. Like if I stream again, and you can check back in and see how well we're doing, and how well the counter is coming along, and the swear jar is coming along, and maybe even you can use it on your own stream when you get back to streaming again. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Okay, so we're at the point where we have this transcriber service, and we need to make sure that our runner uses the service to, so we're gonna cache that. And let's see. So the transcriber service up here now needs to be doing all of this, the whisper transcriber stuff, right? Yeah, that's basically it. So if I move this transcriber, and the other thing is this audio reader. This is what I was thinking, like the moment you like Soap came in and joined, he was like pointing out that this audio reader is the thing with the URI. It's okay for it to stay here though, isn't it? Because we're doing start with the username. But it feels weird to pass the username in there just to make the instance of the audio reader. I feel like we could move the audio reader out of the transcriber runner. Let's do it. And then pass the audio reader in. Yeah, audio reader is going here. And then it doesn't need the username. Hold on though. Yeah, pretty sure this is only there for the audio reader anyway. And that logger probably can be refactored a little bit soon too. So yeah, that audio reader. So this runner, I think the runner needs the transcriber service, yes. So that audio reader, yeah, I think this is a good refactor to move this. That can be async. Start for stream, and that does make it a little clearer that this like start for stream thing is async, though it's happening on the front end now, which isn't necessarily great, but yeah. Yay, you got 2 views. That's good. It's good that you got a couple of views out of that. So Fizz joined. His Google Chrome is using 100 gigabytes of RAM. My Chrome is using 100 gigabytes of RAM. Sorry, 10 gigabytes. That G looked like an O. 10 gigabytes of RAM? Oh, you mean Soapy's got 1 million tabs open. That's what you're saying. Yeah, fair enough. I do that too sometimes. From time to time. So this start is going to need that like audio stream. That iAudio reader. And then that could go here. And now our audio reader using the username This is making a little bit more sense now. I think we're moving things into more appropriate locations. So there we go. Starting that. Create our audio reader. This runner. Yes. Improvements. Improvements, guys. Progress. That transcriber is there. Okay, the important part is this transcriber. I think we now need to move all of this into our singleton. So this is our singleton. That's the reason we made this service. I mean, I'm tempted to start to put an interface in place here. We also have, like, we have this nice interface for our iAudio reader. Which we put in the voice to text. I mean, probably, honestly, this runner might deserve to be in this library as well. Refactoring there might make a bit of sense. No one has anything on fast when it comes to open tabs. Yeah, that lass has a powerful computer, and most of her RAM is probably used by frickin' Chrome. My guy is the ultimate stream sniper. Who's you're talking about Fizz? Fizz is the stream sniper? Nice, nice. Alright, so let's see. Is null or empty the transcription, otherwise the logger transcribes. Oh, look at the time, guys. You know what? I think I'm gonna have to probably start wrapping the stream up, even though we're in the middle of refactoring. I hate to do that, but I've got stuff I gotta do tomorrow. I'm still in the process of moving to Melbourne, even though I've been to Melbourne, I've been back here. I still have to do some, like, put some stuff in storage. I'm still gonna have to do a bunch of I'm trying to meet a friend tomorrow as well in the afternoon. So considering it's now 2 a.m., I think I'm gonna have to wrap it, even though we're in the middle of refactoring. So never stop while refactoring. Try and finish the refactoring and then stop. That's a big, like, I've learned that the hard way a few times. So let's just finish this refactor and then we're gonna have to call it. But pretty soon, guys, we'll be, yeah, early Mother's Day lunch tomorrow morning. Oh, man, that's right. Mother's Day too. Mother's Day too. I hadn't even considered that. Somebody warned me about it as well, and I'd let it slip off my radar. Yep. So that's true. That's another thing that has to go on my to-do list. Thank you for the reminder, Goldie. But, yep. Hey, Burlap, how long you been there? You just been lurking. Good to see you, dude. Good to see you. Didn't realize you were around. I'll do one better than call my mum. I'm gonna go spend some time with her tomorrow evening. That's definitely on my agenda to do. Alright, but let's finish the refactor first, guys, because we can't leave it in a broken state. So let's see. Counter service should be possible to make this disposable now. So the dependency injection system should, let's see, dispose, and then that. We don't really need any of that anymore, but I mean, what is the thing that needs to be disposed at this point? We've got this is going to be, yeah, the runner. I mean, does the runner even have its own dispose? Anything to, yeah, it's got stop and dispose. So yeah, we do actually need that. So should we make this an instance? Yep. Let's do that. Generate that field. Listen to profanity. Actually doesn't need any parameter anymore, because that's just a field. And then transcriber runner can get its dispose called. There we go, and let's throw that on the end because it. What's that doing hiding there? That's silly. That constructor. This is why you put like have a pattern for where things live, right? You just finished a 500-mile sim race. Jesus, Burlap. What kind of? Is this like a Le Mans thing? What game are you playing there? Saber lurking too. Cool, man. Good to see you. Good to see you all, man. Like half the time you don't even know how many cool people are like lurking in your chat. It's good to see all you guys. Okay, where are we? We are going to. Yep, we've got our dispose, we've got our increment, we've got our listen to profanity. Yep, hold on, didn't need to annotate there. I mean, that improves our counter circumstance. Alright, so yeah, this is where that transcriber service. I'm pretty sure the next thing to do. The counter service. Maybe we should just call this our swear jar service at this point. Swear jar service, yes. Yeah, that's better. So we've got our injected service, we've got our action, we've got our internal count of swear words, we've got our profanity filter. I feel like we don't need to, I mean, profanity filter may as well just become like, we'll keep it as a, it's fine, it can stay like that. We could just construct it every time profanity, nah, it's gonna be a waste. Well, we may as well keep it around. Twitch transcriber runner. This, yeah, so we're at the point where this constructs our instance of the whisper transcriber. So what else does it really do? Yeah, I mean, it handles running it. Yeah, we'll keep it. We'll keep it. We'll keep it. But now that means this transcriber service, this object needs to move into the singleton. That's essentially what we need to do now. Because in here, if we do, yeah, okay. Though, where's the audio reader? It's being passed into that. Okay. Yep, so instead of that, we're going to be doing our Indy 500. You completed 198 of 200 laps? Jesus. What happened to the last two? You lost them after you spun. Oh my god. How long did that take, Burlap? Like, you got to, like, literally 99% of what you needed to do, and then on the last 1%, it went wrong. That's painful, dude. That's painful. I'm so sorry that went wrong for you. Transcriber service. Then transcribe. Transcribe async, I think. I mean, audio reader. I mean, transcribe audio and then stick that here, right? Transcription. So that's gonna go transcribe audio reader. Then if this method gets created, That's the string is the transcription, and we'll need to actually await. It took you 2 3/4 hours. Oh man, that's such a long time to focus. I can admire that, man. That's like, you might make a great programmer if you can stay focused on something for that long. That's essentially what it takes to be a good programmer, is the ability to stay locked in and focused for a really, really long time. But yeah, that's awesome, man. I'm sorry it didn't work out in the end. And yeah, Psych is totally right. It's a long time to focus. Same here, but going insane alone. Look, Soapy, you just coming along for the ride here as well, man. We got a great group of people. Like, we're all sitting here doing our own like hyper focus thing. May as well like hyper focus alone together, right? Burlap, the real question is, did you win minus the 2 laps? I mean, don't you need to do all 200 laps in order to win? 13th of 33 it's pretty good. Middle of the pack, a little bit better than that. So well done, Burlap. That's cool. Okay, so we're going to turn this off. We're going to use the transcriber service, and then this can go in our transcriber service. That's the little genius move here. I think that's what's gonna make all the difference. So public transcriber service. So yes, transcribe audio. So read-only transcriber service. This can add the logger. So there's our logger. Heck yeah. That means we now have our transcriber. And then when we want to transcribe, we can... Actually, what was this? This isn't async even. That's interesting. That is interesting. Why did I write it like that? But... Right, this doesn't actually return a string like transcribe async does, but we do in theory have access to that. Transcribe, yeah. What's happening in this method? This actually started running. It should be able to start itself, I think. Yep. Though, what's happening with this variable? Is that used anywhere now? I don't think it is, which is perfect, because it would be a problem if it were. Dang it. It is used. It is used, man. My whole plan might have decided to like come apart just now. Should watch the real Indy 500. Yeah, it's good stuff. There was one of Fast's friends I met is doing a lot of like Instagram indie content. Seemed really cool. Like his following went up since he started just like commentating on indie stuff. Imagine having a problem with the game. How can I lose? Question. Go for the Aussie willpower. Hell yeah. You guys indie fans? How many people here are into that? Now maybe I need to watch it. I know there was a really good Netflix series that could be very interesting. But yeah. Okay, continuous capture. Does this needs the audio reader? It does. Transcribe audio segment. transcribe audio segment is the thing that returns the, yeah. So that's going to return so we basically need to make this a task so that we can do that string. So there's our segment, and then we return the segment. So there's a bit of an issue here. Goldie, you just watched F1 and have been around for 17 years. Yeah, okay, fair enough. So you just like, you've learnt about F1 stuff along the way. Fair. I should get more into it. It seems really interesting. Especially like the amount of money that flies around there and the amount of skill that it takes to operate at a high level like that. It's something else. All right, star jumps. Man, the club is banging right now. So much noise. Yeah, I hear it's super technical. Yeah, definitely. Just like the amount of focus and reflex you need, and then to do that for such a sustained period of time, it's crazy. Transcriber continuous audio capture. This is a problem, right? The capture task, continuous audio capture. With the audio reader, because the problem here, guys, is that if I start continuous audio capture, this is going to be running in the background, but then when I transcribe audio segment, it's going to just process that one segment, not the continuous audio capture, potentially. But yeah. But look, we're at the point where this is building. It's kind of running. We'll have some things to pick up on, but the general strategy here of like refactoring from, refactoring to this system, this is mostly done. And I think this is maybe a good time to, since we've got it compiling, at least we'll double check, is it compiling? And I have a good idea of where it needs to go. We can leave ourselves a comment here to say like, this capture is problematic since continuous capture won't result in a predictable segment. So that's our note for next time, guys. We're going to pick that up next time. But for now, I think this is as good a place as any to wrap the stream. It's 2:30 a.m. and there's lots to do tomorrow. So I really appreciate you guys coming along and watching. I know this one hasn't had any big big milestones that have been hit with the development of things, but if we figure this thing out, then we'll be a lot closer to being able to host it and make it run for multiple streamers at the same time, which is really cool, because as we saw, Soapy jumped in and we were just like, oh, let's just like go to his stream and then run it, and then he was able to swear, and it was pretty much working. Though we need something on the backlog to catch that thing that he found where he said fuck, and it only detected one fuck, and it was like, it's because it's saying just, is the words that you got something where it did it contain a swear word? And it's like, yes, 6 swear words, it returns true for contains a swear word, but it should contain 6. Hey, look at that, we've got AKJ saying hello for the first time. Man, thanks for coming into the stream and saying hi. I'm sorry, you've caught us like just at the end. We're about to wrap up. And Goldie seems to recognize you, so my lord, bit of a tip of the hat there. Cool to have you in the stream, man. Thanks for joining in. But yeah, we're at the point where we're we're making notes for what to do next time and wrapping up. And Snolsey is still here as well, just lurking. That's cool, man. That's cool. We're toward the end. We're about to go raid somebody else. So let's have a look at who else is around. And who should we send? Who should we send you guys on to? Alithia. Absolutely. She was such a good sport last time. So let's jump on, send her another raid. She's been such a good test subject, so yeah, that's I think where we'll go next. So Ali, yeah. So okay, here we go, guys. Ready up. We're about to go straight raid. So sending her across. Okay, let's start the countdown. Okay, ready up, guys. We're heading over. She is a good test subject. We'll have to say thanks. You got your... Have we got our raid message ready? Alright, cool. Thank you for coming into the stream. Really appreciate it. I really have to... Hey, AK, thank you for the follow right at the end of the stream. Super appreciated it. And we've got so many people from Fasffy's community make a big difference in this stream today. So we've had... Mazamari from Fasffy's stream coming along, and look, Saber, you're saying hi just at the end of this. Vegas, you were here the whole damn time. Awesome. Good night, guys. Have a great night. I think I hope Ali's amusing. Keep count for me. Tell me if she swears lots. Keep in mind that we'll need another test subject next time. So she was a big help. Ready to do the raid. Moving on now. Thank you for the biddies. Thank you for the subs. Thank you for the follows. Really appreciate it, guys. And thanks just for following the whole journey. I'm from Ali, actually. Okay, but I'll join her community more soon. All right, cool. All right, thank you, guys. Have a great night. It's been great hanging out with you again. I really appreciate you guys joining every time. Thank you, Goldie, for more work on the mod stuff. I really appreciate it. So yeah, see you guys sometime soon. It won't be long, I'm sure. All right, good night. All right, there we go, and we should probably tune in to see what she has to say about our raid. Look at you guys making such a big deal out of the raid. You excellent, guys. Here we go. Let's cut out music. cool. Great that she interacted a little with us at the end of it. It's fun times. Good night, guys. For another great stream, I really appreciate your coming along and joining me. I'll be on in a few days, no doubt. So thanks again, and good night. Oh, and another follow here, right at the end of it. Loving that. Loving that. All right, cool. Good night.